They needed work to do in the second half in a game in which they did not need that last season or and even 2 seasons ago. The teams are racing out onto the field through the tunnel of the band and the dance team as they come to the near sidelines. And Marshall County threw their banner on the right side, going to the far side here on top of the hill. Just a couple of thanks to our sponsors as we get ready for the kickoff tonight. Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. When they hear your timeouts, you'll be hearing from them. Any scoreboard updates that we can get from around the region tonight, brought to you by Freedom Motors. Sacks by the defense, brought to you by Grisham's Towing. Kickoff, including this one, brought to you by Dixon Electric. Dixon Electric lining up the night with this upcoming kickoff, and United Mechanical on any of the Creekwood touchdowns this evening. Let's buckle in, everybody, and get ready for this one. A fantastic regional game for the Red Hawks and the Tigers here in Charlotte tonight. Boy, it's been fun to prep for this one, and it's now even going to be better to see this in just a couple of seconds start underway. Officials sending it out. There's some words of coaching from both teams. Marshall County out on the field, and Creekwood about ready to get out on the field as well. The kicker tonight for Marshall County, Luis Gonzalez, the junior. Going back to receive it is both Brendan Adams, who has a kickoff return for a touchdown. Jalen Elliott is going to be the far receiver, and also Michael Miller, the senior, is back there as well. We got a nice, beautiful night tonight. Like you mentioned, a little humid as we got more heat coming into the area, but a beautiful night for October football. Gonzalez has got it at the 40-yard line. The fresh 12 on the clock to get ready to go. Whistles blown, and we are set to begin. Again, thanks for joining us all season long here on the RFC Sports Network for Creekwood football. They are 5-1. Marshall County is 6-0. Gonzalez to kick it, and it is underway. And a very good boot, but it's going to be fall short, and Elliott's going to have to track it down near the goal line, and he does. He picks it up around the 5. Now he's got a head of steam, nice. Burst up the middle. He's getting to the 30, to the 20, 35. Now he just comes up a little short of that marker, but he does get it past the 30-yard line on a good run by Jalen Elliott to get this thing started.
Nice job with the over pursuit of the kick coverage team, and he just saw where the gap was, and he hit up in that gap and made 2 wiggles. The next thing you know, he's 30 yards out.
So I bought it at the 31, shade to the 30, and that's where we'll start on 1st and 10. We mentioned earlier Austin Barton, the running quarterback, with Xavier Knight right beside him, who had a fantastic game last week. He is lined up to the right side of Barton with trips to the top on 1st and 10 at the 31.
Oh, Tony, Marshall playing one of my favorite defenses.
Adams goes in motion, and the handoff to Knight. Knight barrels his way just shy of the 35-yard line, a pickup of about 3, maybe 4 if they get him to the 35 on first down, be 2nd and 6.
Far side. Oh, they moved it back a little bit.
So it'll go 2nd and 7 to the 34.
Really nice push right there, though, against a good physical defensive line. Playing that forefront. They're in like a 44, but their 2 outside backers are spread way out.
Look out for Reed Mitchell and Mylan Morris up front, 2 giants of that Marshall County defense.
I'd be tempted to run the same play. I mean, honestly, that was a pretty good push. The far side official marked him a yard further, but they pulled it 2 guys in motion at once. That blew that.
Yeah, there's going to be. They got a little bit of confusion there, and they're going to call timeout. Timeouts again.
Man, Houston he's going to get fired up
I was
again.
just noticing
he did that week before last. He got fired up right off. Look at him. Yes, boys, I told you.
Timeouts brought to you by Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. Go see their excellent service team or give them a call, 615-446-8114. So, 2nd and 7, ball at the 34-yard line. But we talked about this earlier. You can't make those kind of mistakes. Keep it. You got to get away with a couple, but you got to be a little bit more crisp against Marshall County. It's got that, again, that pearl cone feel, which is 1 or too many mistakes that could cost you in this game.
That's exactly right.
We're trying to shore that up as quickly as we can. We're all on the same page coming out offensively.
So the timeout saved the penalty, though.
Man in motion, that is Elliott. Barton out of the gun again. This time he's going to give it to Singleton.
Yeah.
Singleton's going to throw. He throws it
wide
downfield. He's got
open,
it.
man.
It's Brendan Adams, and Adams tips, and it is incomplete. Coverage on the play by Marcus O'Neal. But that's the kind of stuff we have been talking about with Ben Singleton. He can throw.
Got to get that ball out of your hand a little quicker, Ben. If you do, man, he's running in for a score because he was far behind his guy. He had 2 yards on him, and he had to wait on the ball a little bit there.
And 3rd and 7 on the incomplete pass. But again, that's the way to use Ben Singleton, who's got himself an arm. But you're right, Adams had O'Neal beat by about 2 steps before that ball got there. And when Adams slowed down, coverage got to him.
Well, when you got to pitch it, then he's got to get it in his hands. So that causes a little bit of time. And so
Adams and Keon Robinson are the receivers to the near side on 3rd and 7. Barton to throw. A quick throw. It fires. It's incomplete, tipped. And in and out of the hands of Jalen Eddy. Had to jump for that. It's going to bring up 4th down in the punting team. And Marshall County gets a stop.
I like that, though, Tony. I like the little trickery there, the handoff halfback pass, basically. And it was a good-looking throw, man. Just needed to be about 6 inches higher.
Marcus O'Neal is back to receive it. O'Neal has 367 rushing yards on offense to go along with 6 touchdowns. Barton serving as the punter on 4th and 7, and Barton is going to kick it away. Good block as they try to protect Barton, and Marcus O'Neal is going to take it with coverage in front of him, and he dodges a couple of tackles and stays on his feet to about the 45-yard line. That was really dangerous. He caught that right with a Creekwood player there.
Man, I'm telling you, I've got a hickory switch waiting on my kids if they come over and do something like that.
I mean, the coverage was right on top of O'Neal, and he caught it without a fair catch and decided to run with it. Yeah. But good blocking up front by Creekwood because there was a little bit of a rush there by Marshall County, but Barton was able to get that kick away.
Yeah, it was. And I'm surprised they rush him like that with him being the quarterback because that's gotta. If I'm Houston, I'm looking at that from my guys up in the booth and saying, "Hey, what did we have anybody that was open on that?" So.
Tyler Thompson, big kid at quarterback, and the handoff is going to go to Jamal Gentry, and he gets to the outside and down the sideline, past the 50-yard line, and picks up a good amount of yardage, about 8 yards on that run on 1st and 10.
Very unusual for Creekwood there. They usually contain really well, and he got outside somehow. I thought they bottled him up.
Gentry averaging 8.4 yards per carry this season. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. But as you mentioned earlier, Tyler Thompson averaging over 200 passing yards per game. And they're going to back him up to midfield at the 50 where he stepped out. Thompson on the run and throws it. O'Neal's got the catch at the 45-yard line, stays in bounds, not for long. Keon Robertson's grabbed him. He just got past the stick, so that should be a 1st down for Marshall County.
They ran a pick play right there, and it almost looked illegal to me because he did make contact with the defenders. And I think that basically is what got called. They may have called it. I see
they
the
might
flag
have called
now.
it. You're right. The flag
there.
Is down there. So
Yeah.
you see Marshall County backing up a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, good call, Mr. Official, because he did. The defender made contact. Whereas we saw it last week with Fairview. Creekwood did it, but there was no contact. And so that's a good, clean pick. But when you make contact, it's offensive pass interference. It just doesn't always get called.
Yeah, good call there, Coach. Good set of eyes on that one as it gets backed up.
Well, every good route is a combination route. You run one short off of one long, and you look for one of those two to be open. And so they did. The problem is he made contact and became a blocker.
All right, so Marshall County, this negates the 1st down run by Gentry and now sets them way back on.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yes, 15-yard penalty. So this is 2nd and 20 off the 5 yards they initially gained. So 2nd and 20, ball back at the 34-yard line. Thompson looking to the sidelines. Got a couple of receivers to the near side.
Do not overlook the run right here, Tony. Do not overlook the run.
He's got Marcus O'Neal alongside, but Thompson goes back to throw, looking, fires. He's got a man, but it's in coverage, and it is caught. And the completion is made by Kel Hightower. And Hightower gets it not only a 1st down, gets it to the 40-yard line. And that is a 26-yard gain on 2nd down.
You cannot let that guy get behind you, man.
Yeah, Keon Robertson was on coverage, and a good catch by Kel Hightower, who's got 5 touchdowns this year.
You got kids that can go up and win that battle for that football. You are in good shape as a quarterback.
And Thompson's going to take it himself. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns this year. Just past the 40-yard line to the 37 before he's brought down. They're going to back him up to the 38, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Secondary's got to control those receivers, man.
Well, they jumble in a lot of different kind of players, and now into the game, Aja Jones, who we mentioned in the pregame show. He's their leading receiver. He's got 26 receptions for 488 yards. 2nd and 8, ball at the 38. Thompson with rush on. He's got to try to avoid it, and Thompson doesn't have anywhere to go. Now throws it, and it is complete, and that's Kel Hightower. He waited for the open man and found it, and on the coverage was Marcus Miller, bringing him down at around the 25-yard line.
Same defender, man. He's got to quit looking in the backfield. He's got to play his defensive position.
So it's another first down for Marshall County. They almost got Thompson. He's very crafty at eluding the sacks. Creekwood had some good coverage there, but just bought himself enough time to get Hightower open. Ball at the 24 now. Pitch to O'Neal, and O'Neal right in front goes nowhere, and the Creekwood defense stacks him up there near the line of scrimmage. Just a soft little pitch on the motion, and then they
It was a great
can't
job
get
by
anything.
Locke. Got upfield real quickly, knocked his blocker into the backfield, and sat down out there and pushed him back underneath, and the backers cleaned him up from underneath. So great play defensively there, and they got to have more of that.
They're going to back him up 1 yard to the 24-yard line. It'll become 2nd and 11.
We don't have coverage over here.
Marks Mitchell is also now in the game as wide receiver. They've got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 up top, and Thompson going back to throw, looking and the swings pass out to the left side and dancing down the sidelines
Man,
is Jamal Gentry.
So-
and he gets another Marshall County first down.
I'll tell you, Tony, you know who Dean Smith is. So we coach our defensive backs like Dean Smith coaches basketball players. He said, boys, if their hips are going there, they're going there. Don't look at anything but their hips, because that's what's going. And your head and your feet, people like to juke you, and that happened right there.
They got the ball at the 12-yard line so they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Marshall County's opening drive. Thompson running over to the right side, looking, throws into the back of the end zone, and it is caught, but that is going to be out of bounds. And it was caught by Marcus O'Neal, but he just had a foot on the outside, just a little too deep into the end zone.
I'm telling you, they're running some really good offensive combinations here. That guy came across the back of the end zones while everybody up front was taking up the attention, and he got open behind him. The ball was just a little overthrown. So
What do you make of Thompson? He's gotten a lot of time to wait for plays to develop on this
Yes.
opening drive.
I'm kind of a little shocked, honestly. The 2 or 3 plays where he's been under duress, but he's made an escape. I understand that part, but yeah, like he had no threat of his body right there at all, man. Somebody needs to get their hands on that kid.
Well, they are bringing in number 72, Mylan Morris, who's one of the biggest players I've seen coming in.
Mylan Morris.
Mylan Morris, number 72, on that offensive line. Thompson taking it under center. The pitch out to Jones, and Jones goes nowhere. Good pursuit by that Creekwood defense.
Yeah. And that's what you got to do, man. But Marshall helped him out there by making it it was run or bootleg, and it would have been a single guy in a pattern back here, but you helped your defense out by making it that run-heavy formation.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down. 7:14 and counting here in the first, just underway. Creekwood's opening possession, 3 and out. Marshall County is driving near the goal line. Again, a battle of 2 of the top teams in the region outside of Pearl Cone. Handoff.
No,
Jones, and they try to bring him up forward.
Is that Lott with the yellow cleats?
I think it is Lott, yeah.
Came in from behind. Great. The line made a surge right there, though, and made him hesitate for the block. The hole closed up, and Lott got him from behind.
So now it is 3rd down.
Good stand right here by
stand
Creekwood.
right now. We saw this again, as I mentioned earlier. We saw it at Pearl Cone. There were a couple of times where the Firebirds had the ball down to the goal line, and Creekwood stood tall and got that 4th down turnover.
I'm already encouraged, Tony, because Marshall didn't just go right down and score.
Yep.
And so Creekwood will figure it out.
Jamal Gentry is in the backfield. He goes off to the right side of Thompson on 3rd down. Thompson looking to throw. He's got some running room. They're going to sling it into the end zone, and it's dropped. It was wide open. That was Mitchell.
But you know,
And
he
now
threw
it's
that
4th down.
he threw that right in front of the linebacker. I mean, literally 6 inches in front of a Creekwood linebacker's face. That's one of those throws you tell your quarterback not to do. But something tells me he's got a little freedom from his coach.
So now it sets up 4th and 4. Once again, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. but Mitchell was wide open. So 4th down. Now this would be a big stop for Kirkwood.
Offsides.
And they're going to get an offsides.
Man.
A little bit too much energy on the 4th down.
They were wanting to come. Looked like a blitz was coming, and he just got across the line there. And it's just enough to give him the first down, first and goal about the 1.
Yep, I was going to say where they moved this down near the 1 yard line.
Well, if it's half the distance, it's still going to be 4th down.
If it's half the distance, you're right. If it's half the distance, it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 3. I think that is where they've placed it. So that's exactly what we've got here. So it's half the distance, 3-yard gain on the penalty.
Now make that bailout count for you there, Creekwood.
So now 4th and 1 at the 3-yard line.
It's got to be run.
Gentry is alongside Thompson, and Thompson's going to look over to the sidelines, and that is going to be a timeout. They forced Marshall County to take an early timeout here. And as we mentioned earlier, timeouts brought to you by Dixon County Equipment, your new Holland dealer. Give them a call, 615-446-8114. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. So as we mentioned earlier, this could be a very big turn of events for Creekwood if they can get a stop here.
I'm looking, man, this would be great. Like, they got yards, not as much. You're figuring out what they're doing. Yeah, the play call is going to be important for Marshall County. But defensively, man, when you get near the end zones, it tightens things up so much, Tony. And so it gives your defense a little bit of help, actually, when you're close to the end zone. So most teams will be kicking a field goal.
Yeah.
But Marshall County, I can never see them doing it.
No,
not with a running back averaging 8.4 yards a carry and a quarterback who's throwing for 1,400 yards and a quarterback who can run,
and not
obviously.
And with 72, one of the bigger guys I've seen out there on that offensive line.
Yeah, if I'm calling the plays, this is a run-throw option for number 16. They look like they're in the eye. It's a pro eye.
They got
quarterback
sneak. The quarterback sneak. He's going to take it and gets a touchdown. He plows in from 3 yards out, and Tyler Thompson, the quarterback, keeps it himself, follows his blockers, and that is a Marshall County touchdown.
Yeah. That they stopped him right at the start. Like, they had the momentum stopped, but the line for Marshall County just dug right in. So
a 3-yard touchdown run by Tyler Thompson. With the extra point coming. Gonzalez there to kick. 5:51 here to go in the first. After Creekwood went 3 and out, Marshall County goes down the field and gets a 3-yard touchdown run.
Bad
snap, but kick is up, and he drilled it.
Great job by the holder. Great job by the holder, because that ball bounced to him and spun.
7-0 is our score. We'll take a quick timeout, have the kickoff when we come back on the RFC Sports Network. Right here at Charlotte as we continue along on the RFC Sports Network, 7-0 our score.
Quality and consistency. 2 words that describe Zochem. Located right here in Dixon, Zochem is the largest dedicated producer of zinc oxide in North America. From tires and rubber to even pharmaceuticals and batteries, Zochem is the leader in zinc oxide production. What makes Zochem unique is not just its products, but its people. Zochem is always looking for exceptionally talented team members in Dixon. If you're interested in joining the leader in its industry, join the Zochem team. Apply by going to their website at zochem.com.
Now back to the booth for Creekwood football, brought to you by Zochem on the RFC Sports Network.
All right, this kickoff brought to you by Dixon Electric. Dixon Electric's powering this kickoff and your whole game day. 7-0 our score. And Gonzalez, who kicked that extra point, that was quite a boot.
Yeah, the holder man got it down well. Gonzalez, that's a well-trained kicker when you don't pay attention to what the holder's doing, and your job is just get there and make the kick.
So Elliott back to receive it with 5:51 here to go in the first. Marshall County with their opening possession of the game, marching downfield.
Network.
Well, that was quick. Again, 3 plays, 80 yards. Marshall County goes down the field. Jamal Gentry with a 43-yard catch and run. They get a little bit of a 2-yard run by Gardner, and then to Aja Jones on the 35-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Thompson. That's his 27th touchdown pass of the season, and for Jones, his 10th touchdown reception. And now it's 14-6. So Creekwood will have 4:41 to work with. It's been a good one. I'll tell you right now, we've seen Tyler Thompson has been wanting to sling it all night, and that's the first time he's found his receiver deep downfield. Big high kick. And Elliott is going to let this one bounce.
Go out of bounds.
And it is going out of bounds. Well, Gonzalez tried to angle it a little bit away from Elliott and does so out of bounds. So Creekwood will have good field position to start this drive. 14-6 is the score. And again, that kickoff is brought to you by Dixon Electric. Dixon Electric is lighting up the night with this kickoff.
Now, that's a mistake on Marshall County's part.
Yep.
That gives us at least 10 to 15 more yards.
1st and 10 at the 35.
And you have almost 5 minutes left here. So
I'm about ready to chuckle, Coach, and I'm going to tell you about it in a second after this play.
people laugh at me all the time, Tony.
All
It's
right.
okay.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Barton Knight is off to the left-hand side. 2 receivers up top, bunched down at the bottom. Fakes the handoff. Barton's going to take it himself, but he's got pursuit, and he's going to get dragged down right behind the line of scrimmage. So I don't know how many times that so far this season where you and I are in the booth, we've got headphones on, we're talking, and somebody will come in and they'll ask us a question we can't really hear.
Yeah, I do know Luke, because Luke over here has been going to do some flood relief in Asheville, and so
I go, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, man, the right hand and the left hand, what are you going to do?
That's right. But was he delivering some food to Luke?
I believe he was delivering food, man.
I'm smelling something.
I should have said I was Luke.
I was going to say, I was just going to
We
make
could have
the
been
same
better off,
joke.
man.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line. No run there by Barton on the keeper. Back to throw goes Barton. Rush is coming. Going to throw it. Caught by Elliott at the 35-yard line. Breaks to the 40. Cuts to the outside. Elliott's going to get a 1st down and more. Staying on his feet, and he just gets out of bounds. But it's good enough for a Creekwood 1st down, a pickup of about 12.
And so only about 58 seconds have expired, and we've got a 1st down almost at midfield.
So they get it to the 47-yard line, I should say. And that is enough for a Creekwood 1st down. On the catch and run to the corner, or run to the sideline, I should say, for Jalen Elliott.
The new rules with the clock, though, we're losing time right here. We've got to get on the move.
3:24 and counting to the thing. Pitch to Knight, but Knight's got some white jerseys waiting for him. And
Man,
as
he's a
much as
fighter.
he tries to elude them, boy, he just stays on his feet. He stayed on his feet much longer than I probably would have, because there were white jerseys waiting for him after he got the pitch.
I believe he got a 1/4 of a yard there.
Yeah.
And he should have been down in the backfield.
He kept it. He kept it back, but you said like that, like a little bit of a loss, but
Yeah, I
he
mean,
picked up a little bit there.
that's hard to believe.
3rd and 9 at the 48-yard line. And the clock, as you mentioned earlier, running at 2:47. Creekwood down 14-6 just before halftime here with just a handful of minutes remaining. Marshall showing a rush, and the rush is on. Barton's got to step into it, throws it up in the air, and Elliott's going to be there. It's going to be picked off. Intercepted and out of bounds by Marcus O'Neill. O'Neill was waiting in on the coverage. It was a high throw, enough chances for O'Neill to come track it down, and he jumped right in front of Elliott and snagged the interception.
Yeah. Elliott's got to go up and make sure he catches it or nobody else does.
So with 2:29 to go, Marshall County is going to take over, and they're going to do so at the 27-yard line on the interception, and that is the 1st turnover of the game.
Defense got to tighten up right here.
So trying to get the ball back with maybe something left.
Dixon County and Rossville have gone to the half 8-7.
Again, another Freedom Motors scoreboard update. 2:29, 1st and 10 at the 28 for Marshall County. Thompson back to throw. Throws it, slings it, and the ball is caught. Not a lot of room to run with.
None.
And he's going to be tackled around the 25-yard line.
Great play.
And Jamal Gentry coming out of the backfield.
You know, 2 misdirection plays is what got them the touchdown on the last drive, 3-play drive. So we got to be careful of that misdirection, man.
Now Marshall County is going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So if you're Creekwood, this is when you want to make that big defensive stand.
Yeah. Actually, you'd love a defensive takeaway right
You sure would. 154 and counting.
I think Marshall County is going to be very calm about what they're doing.
2nd and 13, loss of 3 on the catch by Gentry, who's tackled immediately. And Thompson with the man in motion. Going to step into the rush, flips it, throws it, and it is going to be caught. And not much doing there as the reception is made by Caden Harris.
That was played really well by the secondary right there. Mr. Robertson played that very well. Heads up play by the quarterback, but great defensive play also.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 with 1:18 left. And Houston Thiel does have a timeout in his pocket if they can get a stop here on. And
we need
make
some
it a punting
coverage over here,
situation.
man.
Back to throw goes Thompson. Lots in pursuit. And he dives and misses the tackle, and Thompson's going to throw it. And it's caught. And that is out of bounds. And Caden Harris makes the catch, but instead it'll be a 4th down. But there is a flag on the play in
Holding.
the backfield.
Holding
That's going to
on
be
the
a
offense.
on holding. Lott had a shot at Tyler Thompson and just missed him.
Man.
But almost as soon as he did, the flag came out.
I do not know how he missed him either.
Yeah, right. Now he jumped right off the line.
Oh, I would have taken that. I don't trust him with 4th and 4.
Yeah, 4th and 4 with a minute to go.
But they're going to punt, though.
They're going to punt. So the Creekwood defense does its job, like we said, get that ball back. And they did not have to use that final timeout they have in this half on that incomplete pass and penalty.
That's a big punter, Tony.
It sure is. He's
That's
got
a
a
big
huge
punter.
leg.
Man. I don't want to find him for the last hot dog in the concession stand, man.
Kel Ford is his name, and he has got a booming leg on 4th down. Low snap, gets it underway, big kick. Elliott's got a back for it. He's going to get it around the 25-yard line. He's going to call fair catch, and that's where it's going to start. 52 seconds remaining, and Creekwood's offense is going to come on the field. 1 timeout in their pocket so they can get downfield and see if they can do something just before halftime. But more importantly, Coach, even if this drive doesn't lend to anything and the clock runs out, you prevented Marshall County from getting a score and the ball back to start the second half.
You did, and that was a good defensive stand on sudden change like that. You want to see it. I think they're going to be conservative on this first play call. If they get something big out of it, then they'll try to score. But I don't think we can take a chance, and because you got a ball game here, and you don't want to let it get away.
Yeah, Marshall County does have 2 timeouts remaining, but I don't think they'll be using that to trying to get into the locker room. 52 seconds remaining, and Barton with Knight alongside on 1st and 10.
They do that adjustment to try to get the offense to jump.
Back to throw goes Barton, chases on, and he's looking to throw and throws it incomplete. It's going to come up way short. The intended receiver was Brendan Adams, but not much in the vicinity.
I think it got tipped by that big guy.
Yeah, it must have, because it was a very low throw coming off of his arm. 2nd down and 10. 45 seconds remaining here in the first half.
That shows me, though, that Houston may be thinking about scoring here.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. Just let's be smart about what we're calling here.
Well, Elliott and DeMontis Henderson are the receivers to the near side. Keon Robertson
Man, just stand up real
is up
quick.
top of
Screen
Brendan
right here.
Adams.
I'd love to have Elliott catch the ball right here behind DeModis with DeModis to block.
To throw, handoff to Knight. Knight doesn't get much
No,
past
that's it right there.
to about the 27, if anything. And
Timeout by
timeout.
Marshall.
Marshall County calls that timeout. They got 2 at the start of this drive with 37 seconds remaining. Thiel will talk this one over, but again, if you got 3rd down here, and Marshall County's got another timeout, they can force Creekwood to punt with just a handful of seconds left, and we know they can go down the field
And their
quick.
punt returner's got a mind of his own. We know
He sure
that.
does. So again, this timeout brought to you by Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. Give them a call, 615-446-8114. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. Just looking at the time, a fast-moving game here, about just an hour in
Yeah.
before we get to halftime.
Man, what a great weather for a game, though.
Sure is, isn't it?
Breeze is nice and cool.
Is the breeze or is it the fan that we got on us?
Well, the fan is nice too, but
are you feeling the
but
breeze
the breeze outside, I am feeling something from outside, and it's coming out of the north. A little bit there is, it's coming out of the north.
I don't know who hooked us up with the fan, but that was a nice gesture to point it in our direction.
Yeah, now if we just had chicken tenders,
right,
it'd be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Chicken tenders. Okay. We're trying, Coach.
I like to set those expectations high for you, man.
3rd and 9 at the 27. Back to throw goes Barton. He's going to go deep down the field, way overthrows his intended receiver, and that was Adams. But Adams has some speed, so I don't blame him for trying that down that sideline. But now you are going to be punting with 29 seconds remaining.
And you saved their timeout for him.
That's right.
Man.
That timeout was called by Creekwood because it's showing 2 timeouts for Marshall County.
I
thought Marshall County called that last one.
I did too. They pointed their direction. I'd give anything if he'd laid that ball up just a little bit more. Brandon was behind that guy.
Well, the guy you mentioned is Marcus O'Neill. Low snap. They're going to get it on Barton. This is going to be blocked. Blocked, and ball is loose on the field, and it is going to be close down near the goal line where Marshall County is going to take over. Oh, that was a critical mistake on that snap. It was very low. Barton could not get it, and the rush was coming by the Tigers. So Marcus O'Neill didn't even have to return it.
I'm going to sit here quietly, Tony.
Oh, back-breaking situation there for Creekwood.
21 seconds, man.
We might be talking about this situation right now at the end of this game.
21 seconds, 2 timeouts.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. A game that is looking to be pretty tight. We said it in the pregame show. You cannot make mistakes against Marshall County like you can't make mistakes against Pearl Cone. And they've had 2 on the interception and now a blocked punt. Throws to the corner of the end zone high and incomplete. Thompson looking for his intended receiver, Aja Jones, who has a touchdown catch this game.
I can't believe they didn't run the ball.
Me either. Just gets it down to 17 seconds. You run the ball, you got 2 timeouts.
Yeah. You got a kid average of 8.4 per carry. Quarterback, a good runner also. I'm still a little shocked that we
Thompson's got a touchdown run already of 3 yards.
I mean, although when you do have turnovers, you do try to go for the jugular, but still, I'm thinking more of.
Thompson again out of the shotgun, empty backfield and back to throw. Thompson with the rush coming. Nathan Lott can't get to him. He's going to flick it, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to flip it to DJ Gardner.
Right at the goal line, too.
Right at the goal line, and it's incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 5. You're right, Coach. I'm very surprised.
First play, I'm surprised they did not run the ball. Now I'm not, because it doesn't matter. If you run the ball, you may not have time to get your timeout, so you about have to throw it here.
So now you get it down to 10 seconds.
I'm selling out. I'm coming after the quarterback right here.
Well, we've seen Nathan Lott come very close to getting that big sack. And now back to throw. Lott's in pursuit. Got double blocked, and the throw is into the end zone, and it is a touchdown. And a 5-yard touchdown catch to Aja Jones, his 2nd of the night, his 11th of the season.
Worst case scenario, Tony. Bad snap, block punt, touchdown.
Thompson to Jones once again. Again, as I mentioned, 11th time that they have hooked up this season. For Jones, he's their leading receiver, especially down near the goal line. Came in with 26 catches on the year for 488 yards. So Marshall County will get the ball to start the second half, looking to go up 21-6 on the PAT by Luis Gonzalez. High snap. Gonzalez kicks high and through the uprights, and it is good. So we're going to keep it right here as we only have 2 seconds remaining, and we will be going into halftime. But like I said earlier, in a game like this, which could be tight, we could be talking about that particular series right there. With Creekwood having the ball with about 2 minutes remaining, trying to make the right plays, the right decisions, what you're going to do and try to get into the locker room, and a blocked punt down to the 5-yard line was not on the agenda at all.
Man, you saved their – I mean, they didn't even use their timeouts, but, I mean, it's the worst-case scenario. That bad snap, punter still tried to kick. He should have just ran forward to try to put them further up the field a little bit. But, I mean, you were in a good football game, and now you've put yourselves behind the 8 ball, and so you got to play hard.
So Creekwood will have, again, just 2 seconds here before we go into the break. And we'll have our halftime show coming up. We'll go over the scoring and our thoughts on what we've seen from both of these teams. A high-intensity matchup between Marshall County at 6-0 and Creekwood at 5-1. And Marshall County will kick this one just before we move to the locker rooms for the break. Kickoff again brought to you by Dixon Electric System, powering this kickoff and your whole game day. So they're going to keep this on the ground, and it is going to be caught by the kicker. Loose ball on the field. Big scramble for it. That was meant mostly to run out the clock, and it did. Smart play there. Don't allow a return. Doesn't matter who recovers it. We're heading into halftime. So 21-6 is our score. Marshall County with a late touchdown. We'll tell you how they did that. And the other scoring coming up next. This is Creekwood High School football on the RFC Sports Network.
2 words that describe Zochem. Located right here in Dixon, Zochem is the largest dedicated producer of zinc oxide in North America. From tires and rubber to even pharmaceuticals and batteries, Zochem is the leader in zinc oxide production. What makes Zochem unique is not just its products, but its people. Zochem is always looking for exceptionally talented team members in Dixon. If you're interested in joining a leader in its industry, join the Zochem team. Apply by going to their website at zochem.com.
Steve Jones Automotive was just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They have all the hottest trucks, cars, and SUVs you've been looking for. Test drive the new line of 2025s, including Ram Bighorns and Jeep Compass Latitudes. Now's the time to get yourself to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of these outrageous deals. Steve Jones Automotive, a dealership you can depend on for the best price and service on Highway 46 across from Madrid Creek Horizon Hospital.
Is the excitement in the stadium electrifying? Feel the energy of the crowd, the roar of the fans, and the thunder of the tackles. It's high school football at its finest. The energy is electric, just like the power behind your favorite team. Dixon Electric System is proud to power the lights, the scoreboard, and the excitement of this game. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Dixon Electric System, powering your community and your passion for football.
When you think of insurance in Dixon, you think of Dixon Insurance Agency. Dixon Insurance has been serving businesses and families for over 25 years. They can handle all of your insurance needs and are committed to finding you the right personalized insurance coverage at your right price. Dixon Insurance Agency strives to offer you quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term relationship. Call Dixon Insurance 615-446-3742 or contact them online at agent@dixoninsurance.com.
Dealing with a clogged drain or HVAC headaches? Don't stress. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical has you covered. This month, get our $99 drain cleaning special and keep things running smoothly. And when you call Hiller, you can trust that we'll fix your problem on our first visit out. Take advantage of our $99 drain cleaning special and other back-to-school savings at happyhiller.com. Leave the homework to us. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
All the happy days truck today.
United Farm and Home Co-op is your one-stop shop for all your farming, pet, and hunting needs. We stock brands such as Carhartt and Costa, Case Knives, Milwaukee Tools, Mastercraft Tires, Redneck Blinds, Hertzman Wire, Protrition, and Purina Feeds. Our feed specialists would be happy to recommend what's best for your herd. United Farm and Home Co-op also offers oil changes, brakes, and tires in our 7-bay car care center. Visit us on Facebook or come see us at 705 Hensley Drive. And remember, anyone can shop Co-op.
The Dixon Insurance Halftime Show starts now. We'll recap the first half with scoring highlights and reload for the second half right now on the Dixon Insurance Halftime Show.
All right, welcome back to Creekwood, where the Red Hawks trail Marshall County 21-6. Well, Coach, this is a highly anticipated game, and at one point it was 7-6 in the second quarter, and then Marshall County 2 quick touchdowns, one coming off an interception that led to one coming off a 3-play 80-yard drive, and the other one was a blocked punt, which set them up at the 5-yard line, and they punch it in a couple plays later.
Yeah, the 3-play drive, they were very intelligent. They used our speed against us on defense, and our pursuit is so quick that they rolled one way, threw the ball back the other way both times. Even on deep ball, it was still rolling right, throwing left. This quarterback throws against his body more than any quarterback I've ever seen. And so that put us in a hole. But the hole, we threw the ball twice in that drive, stopped the clock, and bad snap on the punt. That really hurt. So we got to really get our back up a little bit and stop their first offensive drive when we come out of the locker room.
So Creekwood, who won the opening toss, they received, I should say, the opening kick, and Marshall County forced a couple of punts early, and then Creekwood getting a big penalty on a first down pass, but moved them up, and then a couple of plays later, they score from Xavier Knight. And at this point, you're kind of thinking, well, they're matching them because Marshall County's offense slowed down a bit.
For a quarter and a half, we had the ball game that I wanted to see. And even after the second score, like that's going to happen. Stuff like that's going to happen in a ball game. It's what happened after that that's what I'm not expected to see from Creekwood this year. And it is what will hurt your football team because you were playing head-to-head. You stopped them again, and then we gave them the ball back on a couple of bad plays. So,
what have you been making so far this defensive performance? They're being asked to do a lot. This is a high-powered offense. But so far, I mean, again, big play, set goal line, start.
Yeah, defense, though, they're not playing an awful game. The thing, though, that's hurting us, that I believe is hurting us, is the fact that we do play so many kids both ways. And so it will start to wear and tear on us, and we'll see that in the second half. So we really need to make a stop and then score. We need to make something happen in the first two possessions, their first and our first.
All right, it's homecoming. We got the Marshall County Band on the field. Then we're going to see the parade of floats coming by, and always enjoy the homecoming atmosphere. I caught a little bit of the floats as I walked in. I think it's board games with the motif, so we'll see what that is. Last year it was Disney-oriented movies, so the kids do a great job with these floats.
Man,
they're
it's
great.
unbelievable what these kids do in these high schools.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's a lot of little bit of engineering, a bit of arts and crafts, a bit of real imagination with these floats.
What a great tradition.
Yeah, it has been a really fun night of fun and energy, but right now Creekwood's got a little bit of a mountain to climb against the visiting Marshall County Tigers as they trail 21-6. We'll come back, talk a little more as we continue with the halftime show here on Top of the Hill. It's Creekwood High School football on the RFC Sports Network.
Think of think Dixon Insurance Agency. Dixon Insurance has been serving businesses and families for over 25 years. They can handle all of your insurance needs and are committed to finding you the right personalized insurance coverage at your right price. Dixon Insurance Agency strives to offer you quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term
I'm good.
relationship.
You want chicken strips?
Dixon Insurance.
I'm just kidding, man.
He's just kidding. Thank you, though.
Contact them online at agent@dixoninsurance.com. Looking for a place to unwind and enjoy a great meal with friends and family? Colton's has
I had some Jonah's pizza.
Savor hand-cut steaks, juicy burgers,
When I got here.
and all of the bone ribs in a cozy Western-themed setting. Whether you're dining with family, celebrating a big win with the team, or grabbing lunch with friends, their friendly staff is ready to make your visit special. Don't forget to try their famous rolls and signature desserts. Come on down to Colton Steakhouse on Highway 46, just past the interstate.
Just like you, the folks at Bank of Dixon are proud to be dedicated to our community. Whether you're cheering for the Dixon County Cougars or the Creekwood Redhawks, they're your banking solution for personal and business banking, home and new construction loans, and offer convenient online banking. With multiple locations, they make it easy to bank where you live, work, and play. Bank local, bank proud. Bank of Dixon, where your success is our success.
Quality and consistency, 2 words that describe Zochem. Located right here in Dixon, Zochem is the largest dedicated producer of zinc oxide in North America. From tires and rubber to even pharmaceuticals and batteries, Zochem is the leader in zinc oxide production. What makes Zochem unique is not just its products, but its people. Zochem is always
Greenbrier's having another rotten night.
Are they?
If you're interested in joining the leader in its
White
industry,
House area.
join the Zochem team. Apply by going to their website at zochem.com.
Redhawks and Cougars every Friday here on the RFC Sports Network. Brought to you tonight by Zochem.
All right, welcome back here to Creekwood. 21-6 is the score. Marshall County on top, and they will get the ball to open up the second half. The Spirit of Creekwood Marching Band getting set to entertain this crowd, full capacity tonight because it is homecoming. But as far as the game, let's give you a quick scoring summary. Well, Marshall County took the ball in their opening possession. They went down the field, a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback Tyler Thompson with the extra point good, made it 7-0. It wasn't until the second quarter that Creekwood was able to get on the board with the chance to potentially tie the game. Xavier Knight, a 2-yard touchdown run, but the extra point was no good, and it was 7-6. Then, off the ensuing kickoff, Marshall County went down the field, 80 yards, 3 plays, quick as a lick, 35-yard touchdown pass, Tyler Thompson to Aja Jones, their leading receiver. The point after was good, and it was 14-6. After making Marshall County punt, Creekwood had the ball with a little over 2 minutes left to go in the half to try to do something, a couple of timeouts in their pocket, but instead they were forced to punt on third down with just about a minute or so left on the clock. Nevertheless, it was a low snap. Austin Barton couldn't quite get a handle on it to kick it away, and instead it was blocked, and Marshall County took over at the 5-yard line. From there, it was Tyler Thompson again, a 5-yard touchdown pass to Aja Jones, second touchdown of the night for Jones, his 11th of the season. Point after was good, and that's where we stand right now, 21-6. Did so with 2 seconds left on the clock. So will Marshall County have the football and start the second half? And again, Creekwood finding themselves down 21-6. Got a couple of scoreboards to report there, Coach?
Man, I saw one there that said 109-0, but I think the scoreboard is malfunctioning on here. Alcoa and East Tennessee over Knox West, 28-10. Greenbrier's down 28-0 to White House Heritage. Lewis County 35-13 over Harpeth. Blackman 35-0 over Pure Academy. DCA over Mount Pleasant 28-0. Lincoln County over Franklin County 42-0. Green Hill 31, Warren County 0. Richland 21, Collinwood 0. Gibbs, Kenny Chesney High School 48-0 over Campbell County. Let's see, scores: Halls, Knox Halls over Blount County Heritage 13-9 right now. Good ball game there. Dixon and Rossview up 8-7 at half. Kirby over Fayette Ware 8-6. Let's see, Elizabethton and Dobbins Bennett 21-14 Dobbins Bennett right now. Science Hill 44-7 over West Ridge. And Springfield and Hendersonville 14-12. That's a good ball game going on right there. So they're at halftime, 14-12. So.
All right, that's your Freedom Motors scoreboard update here at halftime. Freedom Motors in Dixon offers a great selection of reliable used vehicles from many of the leading auto brands. Their sales team can answer your questions as well as provide a vehicle history report to help you buy with confidence. Go see them in person and see their great selection at freedommotorsoftennessee.com. All right, we will continue here. The marching band is out on the field. Just continuing, the Tennessee Titans on a bye week. This was the Fireball Friday game of the week. And so I want to thank everybody who voted this particular game the game of the week. Kind of fun to see that excitement of people watching to see how that vote would come out.
Yeah, you got a towel.
I did. Somebody gave me a towel as I walked through. Just somebody said, "You want this?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" Fireball Fridays, Titans logo with Whataburger.
Yeah, I see some small posters that have Titans. I thought T-Rack was supposed to be here.
I did too. I thought T-Rack would be here as well. So
they might have heard that you and I were here, and that was enough.
That was
I
enough.
guess,
So no, we don't. We are not. We are not sending T-Rack where Tony D and Coach Pruitt are.
I'm telling you, man, I'm ready to get this second. When you end like that, I'm ready to get the second half started.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Thoughts on Tennessee, Arkansas tomorrow in Fayetteville?
Yeah, it's Pig Suey, baby.
That's right.
Tennessee's coming to town. And,
54 points a game they're averaging.
And we know how to fix a hog up in our neck of the woods, baby. So, somebody better get the smokers ready. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Listen, Arkansas is a good football team. They had Oklahoma State first year. But Tennessee right now, their defense is just playing at a different level. They're just playing at a different level. And to me, that only gives the offense more and more opportunity because their defense is so deep, their depth. Their secondary hasn't been tested yet. I don't think they're going to get that against Arkansas because Arkansas is primarily a run team. I think the defense will steal the day, and we'll have another comfortable win.
All right, we'll come back. More thoughts as we get ready for the second half. We got festivities going on from the homecoming. The band is kind of standing, waiting for the floats, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there a parade of floats or something?
I'm wondering because they announced the band, And the band came out and set up, and then they haven't really done anything in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, nobody's up on the
while we're
platform to
prepping,
direct
so,
the band, so.
This is the kind of entertainment at halftime that I enjoy. So.
Yeah. Can I go ahead and give a shout-out to Creekwood High School?
Yes, you can.
CTE department, Mr. Andy Scott. My home was hit hard by the flooding back in East Tennessee and Cocke County, up in Upper Cosby, Hartford, Grassy Fork, Del Rio, all those areas up in eastern Cocke County. And Creekwood CTE, I loaded my vehicle up today. Some of my parents at Dixon Middle School, some of my players' parents, and Billy Littleton Tire Shop just handed me a generator today and said, hey, find somebody that needs to use that.
Yeah, that's great.
And people just giving out everything. And Andy's got a whole nother load. The Y is going to take some stuff. It's just great to see people helping.
It's whether it was a couple years ago, Waverly, a couple of that. To see the communities rally together. I live down in Spring Hill. We sent 2 trucks as well, loaded up trucks. Yeah. It's great to see communities coming together like that.
My friend from Taylor Farms, Tennessee, called me today. They're going to send 4 semis of food and water, and I've been trying to coordinate that today. So I finally got in touch with somebody to get me a phone number where he can talk to them and say, hey, where do we need to send these trucks where people get help the most? It's just a beautiful tragedy brings a beautiful thing, but I could do without the tragedy.
I'm with you. That's well said.
I'll go home this week, and it's going to be heartbreaking to see some of the things I'm going to see. And you think you're ready for that stuff, Tony, but you're never ready for
you're
that,
not.
man.
You're not. I've been to a couple of different kind of situations with hurricanes down in Florida. My parents live down there, and you think you're right. You think I'm going to see this, and this, and when you see it, it's totally different.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back. We'll go through the quick schedule for what's remaining on the calendar for Creekwood when we come back. It is Creekwood High School football. The band is now playing to entertain this homecoming crowd, and you are again 21-6 our score. Marshall County on top of the Red Hawks on the RFC Sports Network.
When you think of insurance in Dixon, you think of Dixon Insurance Agency. Dixon Insurance has been serving businesses and families for over 25 years. They can handle all of your insurance.
They got to find a way to make this a ball game, Tony.
Yeah.
Personalized insurance coverage at your right price.
If they don't do it in those first 2 drives, then they got to resort to all pass.
High level of professional service.
They'll come after Barton like madmen.
Dixon Insurance 615-446-3742 or contact them online at agent@dixoninsurance.com.
Steve Jones Automotive was just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They have all the hottest trucks, cars, and SUVs you've been looking for. Test drive the new line of 2025s, including Ram Bighorns and Jeep Compass Latitudes. Now's the time to get yourself to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of these outrageous deals. Steve Jones Automotive, a dealership you can depend on for the best price and service on Highway 46 across from Natchez Trace Horizon Hospital.
Is the excitement in the stadium electrifying? Feel the energy of the crowd, the roar of the fans, and the thunder of the tackles. It's high school football at its finest. The energy is electric, just like the power behind your favorite team. Dixon Electric System is proud to power the lights, the scoreboard, and the excitement of this game. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Dixon Electric System, powering your community and your passion for football.
Steve Jones Automotive was just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They have all the hottest trucks, cars, and SUVs you've been looking for. Test drive the new line of 2025s, including Ram Bighorn and Jeep Compass Latitude. Now's the time to get yourself to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of these outrageous deals. Steve Jones Automotive, a dealership you can depend on for the best price and service on Highway 46 across from Natchez Trace Horizon Hospital.
Now back to the booth for Creekwood football, brought to you by Zochem on the RFC Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to Creekwood. Just got a couple of minutes left in this halftime. I feel a little cheated. I was waiting for the float parade. Are we not getting a float parade here at homecoming?
Tony, I'm not sure what we're getting.
I don't think so.
Homecoming was last week, but because of all the rain and the moving the game and all that stuff, it all kind of got. So the float parade probably is not happening because it has last week's opponent on it.
Oh, that's a good point.
And so
look at you.
I know one of the kids said, we're going to look very unintelligent. I said, no, man.
No,
people know that stuff like that happens. So
Well, they were out in the parking lot, so I'm going to give them a look when I leave and how
Yeah,
to
like
give the kids a bunch of credit.
the craftsmanship, man. Everything they do to go into those things
Well,
is just amazing.
I've
to
done
me.
these games for a number of years, and I've been doing this thing at Homecoming where I describe each float like I'm doing the Rose Parade broadcast
Yeah.
from back in the day, just to give the kids credit
I love
for the
it, baby.
work that they're doing. So I was kind of hoping to kind of do that tonight. But again, they'll be in the parking lot as Creekwood comes out on the field to get ready for this first half. We are off next week. Creekwood will be going into their bye week, October 18th. They'll be home at Station Camp. The 25th at Greenbrier. Now, are they playing Halloween night, a Thursday night, or is that November 1st? Because it said on their schedule October 31st at White House. But I will look for clarification to see if that is not indeed November 1st.
That's what I have on mine is October 31st.
That is actually a Thursday, so I will see if that's not a misprint or are we indeed doing a Halloween night broadcast.
A lot of times schools will move that to a Thursday night game because they don't like to play on the night that is celebrated as Halloween. A lot of times people will celebrate, but I don't know why we would move it to a Friday.
Yeah.
Unless White House has some kind of school thing going on. Because it's at White House, and if Sumner County has some kind of school thing where they're out on Friday, that may be why they were playing on Thursday night.
Okay. So, anyway, if that is the case, that will be where we will be Halloween night, that Thursday night on the road at White House. But next week will be the final home game of the regular season for Creekwood, and then 2 games on the road at Greenbrier and White House. And we said at the time when we were at Whites Creek, we said, boy, this schedule really sets up nice. There's 3 home games in a 4-week period. You've got that Marshall County game in the middle that's going to be big, but then you're going to wrap up this homestand and see where you stand as you go into the final 2 weeks of the season on the road. So stretches for both teams as we get ready for the start of the second half. Again, 21-6, but Marshall County will be getting the ball to start the second half. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll come back and have that kickoff for you. Creekwood High School football on the RFC Sports Network.
When you think of insurance in Dixon, you think Dixon Insurance Agency. Dixon Insurance has been serving businesses and families for over 25 years. They can handle all of your insurance needs and are committed to finding you the right personalized insurance coverage at your right price. Dixon Insurance Agency strives to offer you quality insurance coverage, a high level of professional service, and a long-term relationship. Call Dixon Insurance 615-446-3742
Dixon's going right down the field.
or
that's
contact
They stopped
them
them
online
and-
at agent@dixoninsurance.com.
One sophomore, one of my kids, running the
Steve
ball right
Jones
down the
Automotive
throat.
was
man.
just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They
He
have
got out
all
of
the
that-
hottest
he
trucks,
got out of that
cars, and
midline
SUVs you've
after
been
the
looking
first
for.
2 games.
Test drive the new
And they're
line of
running
2025,
shotgun.
including
They're running
Ram
it basically
Bighorns
triple
and
option
Jeep
out of
Compass
the
Latitudes.
out
Now's
of
the time to
shotgun
get
now in the
yourself
spread.
to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of
DeMarcus
these
is much
outrageous
better
deals.
under
Steve
out of
Jones
shotgun.
Automotive, a dealership you can depend on for the best price and service on Highway 46 across from Natchez Trace Horizon Hospital.
Dealing with
Look at that,
clogged
touchdown.
drains or HVAC headaches? Don't stress.
Devin
Killer
right up the
Plumbing,
middle,
Heating,
man.
Cooling,
He
and
is
Electrical
a
has you covered.
beast.
This month, get our $99 drain cleaning special and keep things running smoothly. And when you call Hiller, you can trust that we'll fix your problem on our first visit out. Take advantage of our $99 drain cleaning special and other back-to-school savings at happyhiller.com. Leave the homework to us. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
This has been the Dixon Insurance Halftime Show. The second half is next, brought to you by Zochem.
Welcome back to Creekwood 21-6, our scores. We get ready to start the second half. And again, thank all of our sponsors to make these broadcasts available to you. We talked about Stuffy's Frosty Jug and the keys to the game in the pregame show, but one sponsor that we do want to mention, even though we don't see a lot of attempts, are the field goal sponsors. That's Greystone Golf Club. Book a tee time and learn how to become a member on their website, greystonegc.com. So I want to thank them as well as all of our sponsors here for Creekwood High School football, as we are playing game number 7 on the schedule.
Yeah. And Dixon County, Tony, has taken the lead in their game. Just
All right.
touchdown, 2-point conversion, 15-8. Devin Dugan, 3 hard runs up the middle, about 40 yards in 3 runs. And then DeMarcus kept the ball on the 2-point conversion and dove into the end zones. Nice.
Creekwood lining up in their one of the end zones as they gear up to come to the near sidelines. Marshall County heading over to the far sidelines to begin the second half.
I think the home team here is going to do the same thing that just happened. Dixon stopped Rossview. Creekwood's going to stop Marshall, and then they're going to drive down, score.
I don't want to say it's a big possession, but it is a big
It's a
possession.
big possession. Yeah. Hey,
It's
man,
like early
it's
in
a
the
big possession.
just to start the second half. This is a big opportunity.
Yeah,
Creekwood's going to really need to make sure that Marshall County is not on the board.
They got to stop Marshall County, and they need to drive and score. If those two possessions can go like that, they can stay in their regular game. If Marshall County scores or Dixon doesn't, then you've lost two possessions worth of time, which is at least half a quarter.
That's right.
And you're going to have to throw the ball more than you'd like to throw the ball. It takes Xavier out of the equation a lot more. So.
All right, both coaches giving their instructions to start the second half. Thomas Osteen, by the way, is the head coach at Marshall County.
And a good one.
And a very good one. You're right. You talked about it, and you mentioned it. We're not just talking about a good team one year. This is a good program that has good programs almost every year.
Yeah, year in and year out, man, Marshall County is a measuring stick. Year in and year out, Pearl-Cohn's a measuring stick. But Marshall County seems to be one of the most consistent in this region. Even though number 7 was lining up 5 yards off sides right there. But it really, I tell you, man, Xavier Knight was voted region by the media as the regional player, the offensive player of the week.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns against Fairview.
And I got a lot of faith in these guys in blue over here. I really do. And I know they're going to play as hard as they can play.
Aja Jones is the deep man to receive it. And this is an end-over-end kick that is going to be fielded by Jones just inside the 20-yard line. He takes it to the 25, the 30, and is upended just prior to the 30-yard line as Keon Robertson came in to make the tackle. So Marshall County will start up 1st and 10. Tyler Thompson has 2 touchdown passes on the night. He also has a touchdown run. Naja Jones, who just made that kickoff reception with 2 touchdown receptions as they take over at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. And like we said, a critical series for this defense to try to stop Marshall County, get this ball back, and see if we can make this a tighter ball game than it is at 21-6. And the handoff and grabbed and brought right down with no place to go. Ethan Heath on the grab.
Man, great play right there.
And that's going to back him up a couple of yards. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
I don't know if that's a bonus with them, though. I think we need one more play like that. Because, when this guy gets into a passing down, I think it makes him a little more dangerous.
Ball now at the 27-yard line, loss of 2, 2nd and 12, 11:22 just underway.
Oh, you
Thompson
lost your
to
contain.
Going to throw, now he's going to run. Takes to the near sideline, gains about 5 or 6 yards, and then he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you're contained, man. He came in too deep. You got to rush to the back, to the deepest shoulder. Instead of coming in front side body, you got to go where the man's going instead of where he's leaving. So, that close to another loss, though.
So 3rd down now, and a big 3rd down this is going to be. His ball is just inside the 35-yard line. 3rd and 5 on the run by Thompson and a pickup of 7. So they send 2 receivers to the far side on 3rd and 5, and Thompson to throw. Quick throw, and he's going to be caught by Jones at the sticks. Gets a spinning move for a 1st down past the 40-yard line to about the 43. Seems like it was designed for Aja Jones right there on that far side.
Yeah, you got to cover that tight, man. 5 yards. Quick throw. First time we've seen that kind of throw from him, though.
Yeah, to the 42-yard line and a 1st down for Marshall County.
To be fair, he's not looked for the short stuff very
No,
often.
he has not. He's really thrown it deep a number of times. Jones is set to receiver at the far side. Once again, 2 receivers to the near side, but they are going to hand this one off to Gentry. Gentry gets tripped up a bit, but stays on his feet to get the 45-yard line before he's brought down. I'll bring up 2nd down, just a handful of yards on that run.
The guy with the box needs to quit moving forward, man.
Right.
The ball's on the ground.
Yeah.
He made it look like it was a much better run than it was.
Pick up at 3, 2nd and 7.
He made it look like it was
I know,
5 for a
I
minute,
agree.
Tony.
Exactly.
It's a big down right here.
So 2nd and 7. Thompson.
We're off sides.
Back to throw, going to keep it himself this time, right up the middle. Lots of room. Thompson heading to the sideline, brought down on the tackle. And making the tackle was Dalton Groves, but that's enough for a 1st down for Marshall County. And just like we said, they can't afford to do is have Marshall County moving the chains, and that's what they're doing on this opening drive.
Yeah, you got to stop this, man. You got to stop this. You can't let them get inside the 30.
Ball at the 44-yard line. And Thompson giving it to Gentry. Gentry bounces out to the outside high
He's got a
side,
big
and he
lane.
runs down the sideline. Huge outside lane and another first down. This is one of the dangers of this, though, coaches, also, too. If you're backed up in your own territory, it's 3 downs and punt. Now you got 4 downs, and they will continue to go 4 downs. They're not kicking a field goal or
No,
doing a short punt or anything like
they're
that.
trying to do the opposite of what I want to see. They're trying to put a dagger into Creekwood right here. They know if they score right now, they're going to break a lot of spirit over here on the sideline.
30 ball at the 32-yard line, first down on the run by Jamal Gentry. He's back in there along to the right side, fakes the handoff, throw to quick throw, low catch by Hightower, but he manages to get on his feet and get some yards past the 35-yard line, or 25-yard line, close to the 20. And just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 on the catch and throw of 9.
Man, that was a great play by him after he caught the ball because he was surrounded.
Marks Mitchell is the receiver on the far side with 3 up top. Handoff, Gentry bounces off a tackle to the 20, inside the 19 before he is again tripped up and brought down. Nathan Lott made the hit. He carried himself a little further.
Not an easy out, is he, Tony?
No, he's not. That's a pickup of 4.
He really moves well with his body when he's hitting contact, so he's getting quite a few yards after contact.
So that was enough for the first down. They needed 1, got 4 to the 18-yard line. And now it's another Marshall County first down. 8:30 left to go here in the third quarter. We are just underway here in the second half. Marshall County receiving the kickoff. And now driving down the field in Creekwood territory. And they've done so, picking up 10 or 12 yards at a time. Thompson, again a throw. This time a catch by Marcus O'Neill. He gets wrapped up a bit after a short gain. Bring up 2nd down. So as this field gets a little tighter, this is where Creekwood could probably try to make a stand here.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I don't think Marshall County's going to kick a field goal.
No.
So I think they have an opportunity here to Marshall County is going to go 4 downs, I believe. So Creekwood has an opportunity to do what they did in the first half, stop them on a 4th down, hopefully. Let's hope it doesn't even get to that.
Thompson out of the shotgun on 2nd and 9 is going to give the handoff. Gentry sweeping to the outside. Again brought down at the 15-yard line. A number of tacklers chasing him down, including Braden Winthrow, who eventually makes the tackle. But that's the kind of play that's fine with Marshall County. They pick up even more yards and get a little closer. And once again, bringing Mylan Morris, the big offensive guard. But they're going to back this one up on the penalty.
Yeah, 3rd and 9.
So they're going to back this up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, a little further back. I didn't hear the penalty.
I didn't either. So
but it was a big one.
Whatever it was, it's gone down from the 17-yard line all the way back to the 30.
Yeah, does give them 2nd down again, though. I don't like giving Marshall County extra downs, man. But I like the field position better.
Well, they got the clock rolling at 7:20. Thompson out of the shotgun. Two receivers off to the far side, one to the near side, and rushes on, but Thompson's going to throw on the run. Catch is made by Jones as he gets to the 15-yard line. Whatever they lost, Jones got it back. And there's going to be a penalty right after the catch.
I think that's on them.
I was going to say, is that?
I believe that's dead ball against Marshall County.
I was going to say, was that a dead ball foul?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what the officials actually call this.
I want to say, man, from where that guy walked right by him, I got to be some profanity involved here. Oh.
Personal foul on Marshall County.
Must have been something a little more than that then.
So they go back up. They go back up a little more.
That's 15 more.
That's 15
and
more.
If that's dead ball, that should not give them a down back. But they're still got it at 2nd down.
Yeah, so now
I'm not quite sure what's going on
It's reading 3rd and 22.
on the board, but
Yep. Let's see what they're going to. Now they're going to blow the whistle.
I think they're getting the down right. It's 3rd down. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm.
The guy on the box. It's not his fault, though, man. Like, I can see why you'd be messed up here.
Everybody is trying to figure this one out. Now they got it. So 3rd and 22 at the 30. All right. Guy up here was right.
Man.
So it's a good big 3rd down here. If they get an incomplete pass here, it makes it. Oh, offsides. Holy mackerel.
It'll be 3rd and 27.
Yes,
Tony.
I was going to say.
Hey.
Wow, and you know what? Marks Mitchell is looking at his team like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, was I the only one that got the right signal?
And it wasn't just him. It was
Right.
both of them over here. Like,
that
come on,
was
guys.
massive confusion.
Guys, you're fast enough. You don't need a head start.
Yeah,
Come on now.
This ball. What were we saying? You got that 3rd and 27 play?
Man, I'm telling you, but Creekwood, they don't even need to give up 15 yards here, or
No.
Marshall's still going to go for
No,
it. So
that's
they
right.
need to really put a stop on them here.
So 3rd and 27, Thompson to throw. Here come the rush. He's going to step, throws it downfield, and it is going to be incomplete.
Great play, Brendan
coverage.
Adams.
Brendan Adams, great coverage. Aju Jones, their leading receiver, was waiting in on it, but instead, Creekwood tips it.
It was Elliott. My bad.
Oh, Elliott. And it is going to be 4th down and 27.
I got the number wrong. It only had 1-1 on it. But he really did. He had the ball in his sight the whole time, so it was a great job.
But nevertheless, it brings up that 4th down we were talking about, that big critical 4th down that Creekwood is going to need to answer after Marshall County started moving the ball down the field. No, they are not.
There's no way they're snapping the ball.
Not here. You tell
me. Man, I don't believe I would have timeouted them there at Houston. I don't think they're snapping the ball. I mean, they're crazy to me if they don't punt Creekwood down inside the 10.
Yep.
Now, I'm one of those crazy coaches, so I'm not saying they won't do it.
I'm with you.
But, I mean, the guy's got a good arm. He's got good receivers, so he's got a 50-50 chance.
6:24 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, we're just underway in the 2nd half. Marshall County got the opening kickoff, so this is approaching about a 6-minute drive for Marshall County here. But they've got 4th down and 27, a number of penalties on big plays that have backed them up. Personal foul, offsides, and again, they were methodically moving down the field. And now Creekwood's got one play to get that ball back. Or at least get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Something smells good, Tony.
I was going to say, we got a lot of very good
like we're at the fair or something, you know.
Concession aroma.
Quick
Short kick by the quarterback, and this one's going to be fall and roll and down, and that is where Creekwood will get it. So, yeah, you're right. 100%.
I think Creekwood wins right there, man.
I do, too. That's a great stand defensively. Got some help from penalties, but you take what you get.
Part 1 of the plan was successful, Tony.
That's
they
right.
stopped them.
Stop them and get that ball, and do not let them score to make this a 28-6 game.
Lest I say, Marshall County did shoot themselves in the foot twice on the drive, but I mean, Creekwood stood up. That's great. Now you got to drive and score so you can stay in your game.
6:14 here in the 3rd quarter. First possession of the 2nd half for Creekwood. Xavier Knight alongside to the left-hand side of Austin Barton. And Barton is going to take it himself, fakes that handoff, comes down to the near side, stays on his feet, being in pursuit. And Barton stays and fights and can't get much else. He's going to pick up some yards.
19.
To about maybe 5 yards.
19
So
yard
2nd
line.
and 5.
Yeah, man.
So
that's a pretty good 5.
That's a lot of work for 5.
That's about a 20-yard run for 5.
It was. A lot of work for those 5 yards. But nevertheless, he gets it. The ball's at the 19-yard line, 2nd and 5. 21-6 again, our score as Creekwood has their opening possession here in the 2nd half. They send 2 receivers to the near, 2 to the far, and Xavier Knight is alongside the right side of Austin Barton out of the gun. Ball at the 19-yard line, 2nd down. Barton back to throw. Steps in, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. And intended receiver, DeMontis Henderson.
We've not seen, that's the first time he's thrown something that quick short, but I want to see him just stand up and hit a quick screen right there. Those guys are giving an amazing cushion out on the outside, and you've got 2 receivers right next to each other, so you got a blocker. And if you throw it behind the line of scrimmage, he can engage as a blocker to start with. So
So now 3rd down and 5, and a big 3rd down this is. You'd like to see some offensive momentum here. So they got the 5 yards on the first down run. An incomplete pass there sets up a critical 3rd down. Knight alongside the left side. Out of the shotgun goes Barton on 3rd down. Marshall County showing rush. Barton delays a bit. And now gets the snap. Barton's going to keep it. Get some yards to the 20. 22 before he's brought down. Had to get to the 24-yard line, so this is going to come up about 2 yards short. And this is an iffy decision here. And they're going to send the punting unit out.
Yeah, man, it's dangerous.
Too dangerous it is right.
But you got to remember, our punter is the quarterback.
That is true.
And look who else is out there with him.
Ben Singleton.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. If I were going to trickerate, this is a good trickeration down, but, man, it is dangerous, Tony. Oh, they're lined up in offense.
They line up on offense.
They're going to try to draw.
They're trying to draw. Marshall's been jumpy a little bit here, but Marshall County should stand its own ground here. But they are going to go for it.
They're running.
Xavier Knight's going to take it.
He's going to get it.
He got a first down.
Attaboy.
Xavier Knight. He needed just a couple of yards, and they go for it on 4th down. So you think to yourself, if you're Marshall County, they're not going to throw a play here, right?
Yeah,
they're just calling us offsides. That was just enough of a delay.
They
to
were
get
relaxed.
Knight, just enough of relaxation where Barton gets it tonight, and they get that big first down to the 26.
Whew, Houston, you're making me old, buddy.
First down and 10, 26-yard line. Barton, again, 2 receivers up top, 2 down below, with Xavier Knight alongside on the right-hand side. And Barton back to throw. Looking for the short throw. Now here comes the rush. He's got to step up, throws it on the sideline, swings it to DeMontis Henderson, past the 30-yard line and out of bounds. So a pickup of about 5 if they mark it at the 31 where he went out. And I think he might keep it at the 30, so it's going to be a pickup of about 4.
Receivers ran into each other right here. One of them ran the wrong route to start with, and then DeMontis just bailed right back out to the sideline. So it was a good job, good throw. But I'm telling you, man, look, the cushion they're giving them, I would throw that ball out here and use one of them as a blocker.
They give him that extra yard. 2nd and 5, ball at the 31, and Marshall County again showing rush. Barton looks over to the side, and now goes back into the set out of the gun. High snap, but Barton's going to take it himself. Gets to the 30, plows his way past the 35-yard line, just short of a first down, but a more manageable 3rd down coming
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him.
Look at their mark. Yeah, they're giving it to him.
They're going to give him that first down. Wow. Now the brakes are really going Creekwood's way. I thought he came up about a yard short.
I did too, Tony, but the guy on the other side had a better spot than this guy did, and this guy went with him. So
they only needed a couple of yards, so they get it, and now it's first down. 37-yard line. Creekwood's got to get this offensive system right here moving, and they're doing it so far. Big 4th down conversion. They pick up one on the run. Staying on the ground, Xavier Knight to the 40, and not much there. Runs into a wall of white jerseys.
Keeping them honest,
including
though,
Elijah
Tony.
Cable,
Getting
who makes
yards
the
and
tackle.
keeping them honest, man.
Again, just a handful of 3. Take them every time you can get it. Just a handful of yards at a time. You average 3.5 yards a touch, you get a first down. Didn't you tell me that like a week or so ago?
I'm telling Franco Harris, 3.2 per carry, man.
Yep. Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is a fast-moving quarter. A lot of it on that 6-minute drive by Marshall County. 2nd and 7. Barton looks over to Houston Thiel on the sidelines. Ball at the 40-yard line. 2 receivers up top, 2 down below. Knight alongside on the left-hand side of Barton out of the gun, and back to throw goes number 2. And he's going to throw it. Caught DeMarcus Henderson. He tries to spin to try to get some extra yards, and he's going to go out of bounds. Now, depending on if they give him the forward spot, that could be enough for a first down, and I think it is.
I don't think they're going to give it to him.
No, they're not going to give it to him.
He fought him too much.
Yeah,
if he had let him hit him and just gone down, then I think he gets the spot. But because he fought him so much and kept trying to drive forward, he lost it because he stepped out of bounds.
All right, so now that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 at the
I think
46-yard line.
I think his little brother's going to have his back right here, though.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 46. Barton out of the shotgun. Bunched up formation. Handoff Knight. Knight's got some
There it
room.
is.
Plows his way through the line and in for a Creekwood first down. getting that momentum, getting that extra step from the backfield, gets the ball at full speed, and that momentum carries him past the first down marker, and it's 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line.
I really would like to see him score in this quarter, though, Tony, because I'm telling you, man, we're down 2 scores. We got to get one of them now. We need a 2-point conversion.
And
also.
as I mentioned earlier, take a look at that clock. It is now 90 seconds left to go in the third, and this is only the second possession of the half. Both teams had the ball only once so far in the third, and that clock is running because it's been on the ground mostly for both teams. Barton again, pitch. This time it's Agosto, and Agosto's not going to get much. He couldn't get that forward momentum, and I think Marshall County was waiting on him.
Yeah,
boy, they dragged him all the way back. They got to be careful.
And he's not Xavier Knight either. Like Xavier is going to tank that guy.
Yes.
And they're going to fight for the yards. But
Elijah Cable came in to make the initial hit. Barton comes back out to the sideline. 2nd down and 11. That's a loss of 1 back to the 47.
Did something happen to Xavier that he's off the field?
Yeah. And Agosto remains in there, so that is a good point, Coach.
It's a throwing down right here, man.
But I don't see him being tended to on the sidelines. Back to throw. Barton getting some production, and then he throws, and it is going to be caught. Caught by Henderson as he plows past the 40-yard line, close to the 35. DeMattis Henderson with a huge 1st down, and Creekwood is driving here in the third. They get down to the 37-yard line.
Man,
that is a pickup of 15.
He wasn't ready for a throw. He was 5 yards. He had a guy 5 yards behind everybody, too. Like, we opened that up. Whatever that formation was, we opened them up right there.
Clock counting here in the third quarter, down to 8 seconds. And Creekwood continuing this drive. And what a fast-moving quarter this has been. Marshall County showing rush, but they're going to let this clock go all the way down, and we head to the 4th. I think we got a little bit of a ball game, Coach, if they can punch this in.
Yeah, they got to capitalize, though, because we're out of this quarter.
All right.
So they definitely have to score.
Heading into the 4th, it is Marshall County 21, Creekwood 6 on the RFC Sports Network.
Quality and consistency. 2 words that describe Zochem. Located right here in Dixon, Zochem is the largest dedicated producer of zinc oxide in North America. From tires and rubber to even pharmaceuticals and batteries, Zochem is the leader in zinc oxide production. What makes Zochem unique is not just its products, but its people. Zochem is always looking for exceptionally talented team members in Dixon. If you're interested in joining a leader in its industry, join the Zochem team. Apply by going to their website at zochem.com.
Redhawks and Cougars every Friday here on the RFC Sports Network. Brought to you tonight by Zochem.
The Creekwood Redhawks have the ball and they're driving, and they are down 2 scores. That was a very, very fast quarter, Coach. Marshall County had it for nearly 6, and Creekwood's offense took care of the rest.
Yeah, and we got to capitalize now. We have to capitalize, number one. We have to do it quicker than what we've been doing. Because you're in the 4th quarter and you're 2 scores down.
Final 12 minutes here in the 4th. And Creekwood down by 15 points. But they have the ball at the Marshall County 37-yard line as they go left to right.
They're still giving an unbelievable cushion.
Barton out of the shotgun. And now false start.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, man, that whole deceptive thing they do over there, they do that. A lot of offenses do that. They'll do this, get up and get back down.
Right.
They're doing it with their defense. A lot of that's not adjustment. It's just trying to get the offense to jump, and it worked that time.
So when you're coaching against that, and it's not as familiar, how do you coach against that?
Well, I don't know, but he's done a good job. That's the first time it's happened tonight that they've jumped against it. So, honestly, I think whatever he's done a good job with it.
Well, I guess you try to replicate that in practice, right? If you're seeing it on tape a number of times.
If it's up to me, man, my guys have their eyes closed. I mean, they're on their eyes till the snap.
Barton now out of the shotgun, pitch, and down the far sideline. Not much, not back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and about 11 or 12.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple, 3 or 4 yards.
Official timeout.
Xavier Knight is back into the game. He was the one that made that run. We talked about him earlier being out with Landon Agosto in, but now he is back in.
We got 4 of them back.
We got Singleton checking into the game. We got Jack Woodward, the senior, is also into the game.
Hey, I'm telling you, let Ben throw it over their head right here. We've had somebody behind them about every time.
Second down and about 11 or 12.
11.
11. Knight is alongside the left side of Barton. And they send Jalen Elliott to the far side as a receiver. Officials get the clock rolling, 11:44 here in the fourth. Second down and 11, ball at the 42-yard line of Marshall County. Barton, high snap, he's got to go back and get it, and it's going to be down, and Marshall County is going to recover this. Off the high snap, as Barton went to go get it, Caleb came in and knocked him down, and that was enough for Marshall County to get that recovery, and that's another costly turnover for Creekwood. They had momentum moving down the field, at the ball at the 37-yard line before being backed up a few, and now Marshall County is going to take over. That is a tough break.
Bad snap on the punt before halftime. Bad snap there, man. Those are killers, Tony.
So now you asked your defense to make a stop on the opening possession. They did. You get the ball, the chance to cut into this lead, and Marshall County comes out, and they'll have the ball at their own 49-yard line after the recovery. Thompson, the quarterback, and the handoff to Gentry, bouncing onto the outside, nothing much there, and he is going to be tackled and dropped down. That's Jamal Gentry, the running back, who had nowhere to go as blue jerseys were tracking him all the way back in that backfield.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see them run the ball now, though.
Braden Winthrow with the tackle.
They got a 2-score lead. They're in the fourth quarter, 11 minutes to go. I think they're going to run the clock.
Yeah, I do too. And I think they ate up so much time on that first drive, they can eat up a lot of time here as well. Reminder, at the end of the game, win or lose, we'll have our player of the game, plus a recap of this. Creekwood heading into a bye week next week before returning to host Station Camp on the 18th. And a timeout. That comes with 10:43 left to go here in the fourth.
Something's going on.
Officials are talking over to the coaching staff.
Sounds like they almost like they're motioning to get somebody out of here.
So 21-6 our score. Marshall County has the football at their own 49-yard line after the turnover by Creekwood. This is only the second possession of Marshall County here in the second half. They received the opening kick. Both teams have only had it once here in the second. Man in motion, that's Kel Hightower. Fakes the handoff to Gentry. Thompson rolling out. It's got a lot of time to throw, and he's got a man all the way downfield, and the catch is made by Jamal Gentry. Shakes a tackler and walks it into the end zone. That is a 51-yard touchdown pass to his running back, Jamal Gentry.
Misdirection. Roll right, throw left. He just came right out of the backfield, Tony, and right downfield, man, just like a little circle route. And the further they rolled away, the further the defense got from the receiver.
That is the third touchdown pass of the night for Tyler Thompson. It is the first touchdown catch of the game for Jamal Gentry. And with the PAT coming, it could be a 28-6 lead with 10 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. And for this Creekwood offense that has weapons, that is a lot to make up.
Yeah, it is. The bad snaps, man. 2 bad snaps that cost you 2 touchdowns.
The kick is up, and Gonzalez kicks it right through the uprights. 28-6 is our score. It's now a 22-point lead for Marshall County. We'll come back. Creekwood will have the kickoff when we come back on the RFC Sports Network.
Steve Jones Automotive was just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They have all the hottest trucks, cars, and SUVs you've been looking for. Test drive the new line of 2025, including Ram Bighorn and Jeep Compass Latitude. Now's the time to get yourself to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of these outrageous deals. Steve Jones Automotive, a dealership you can depend on for the best price and service on Highway 46 across from Natchez Trace Horizon Hospital.
Redhawks and Cougars every Friday here on the RFC Sports Network. Brought to you tonight by Zochem.
Welcome back. This kickoff brought to you by Dixon Electric. This Dixon Electric is lighting up the night with this kickoff. 10:25 to go. Thanks for joining us on the RFC Sports Network. Creekwood High School football. Big homecoming matchup tonight against Marshall County has gone the Tigers' way. They lead 28-6. 51-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Tyler Thompson, his third touchdown of the night, to his running back Jamal Gentry. And now Creekwood will have to answer. Their opening possession of the second half ended in a turnover off a bad snap that led to the Marshall County touchdown.
We need a special teams return for a touchdown.
Well, Brendan Adams does have a kickoff return for a score. That is
That's
a
deep.
big kick. But Jalen Elliott's going to catch you near the goal line. And he's going to start to run. Elliott's looking for a hole, finds a little bit of it, tries to get to the outside and gets to about the 30-yard line. Not a bad run from the end zone for Jalen Elliott. And Austin Martin in the offense comes back out. So now how much is desperation setting in here for the offense? You can go down the field and take a 5-minute drive, but you're down 3 scores.
No, you got to score quickly, man. If you're going to try to win, and I know we are, you got to score. And that's all there is to it.
10-14 to go.
Dixon County just went for it on 4th down and came up about 4 inches short. Turned the ball over on downs.
What is the still
15-8.
Still 15-8.
They actually had a chance. There was a lot of discussion of whether to punt. They called timeout and went for it, though, after they'd lined up to punt. So,
trying to give you a Freedom Motors scoreboard update as many times as we can. Ball at the 30-yard line on the kickoff return by Jalen Elliott. And Austin Barton has that to work with. 70 yards to the end zone on 1st and 10. Back to throw goes Barton again and throws it. This is times deep, and he's got a man, and it is going to be incomplete. That was almost intercepted.
yeah,
And that was Caden Harris on the coverage.
Caden Harris had that in both his hands, man.
The intended receiver.
They threw a
was Dalton
flag over
Groves.
there.
Oh, they got a flag.
There's 2
on this.
flags
There's
over
another
there.
flag coming in.
I wonder if it's sideline warning flags.
There's been a little bit of tension
Coach is
after
out
some
on
of
the
these
field.
plays. Yeah. Officials are going to talk
Oh,
about this.
man.
But this is
we
this
got a
is
huddle
late.
going, Tony. I like huddles, man.
So
Drama.
Thomas Osteen bringing his whole team in to talk about this one. The officials are talking about it. Creekwood is in a offensive huddle. Marshall County is on the sidelines with their coaches. The officials break out of the huddle. And they haven't signaled yet, but they are marching.
Coming to talk.
No. Marshall County is saying, no, you're going the other way. And they are going the other way. This is going to be against Creekwood.
Yeah, Houston dropped his head.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So they talked to him about it, and they're going to back this one up. Makes it even harder for this Creekwood offense. As they take it back 15 yards to the 15-yard line. So now, instead of the 70 yards of real estate, you got 85 yards of real estate to try to make up in a couple of minutes to try to make this a football game. So this will be back 1st down
And
and 25.
1st down at Clarksville.
Yeah, good one. Good one. I should keep track of the ones you come up with all you season long.
That's not new. I steal
Right,
those
a
from people,
Coach
man.
Pruitt book. All right, well, I'll give you credit for it.
I just try to figure out the cities that look like the distance.
Right.
Man. Like I don't know what the penalty was. Must have been offensive pass interference or whatever. But I mean,
I did the same thing when I was in Colorado with the Rockies, and we would say, like, depending on the angle of the home run, sometimes these balls in the altitude, we would say it's going to Laramie or is it going to Fort Collins? Or,
yeah. Watch out over at the Air Force Academy.
That's right.
Here it comes,
Here
baby.
it comes. As another flag. Boy, Houston got another flag.
Yeah,
he is absolutely furious. He is absolutely furious.
He better watch it now because he'll get ejected. That's a fine. And you're out of next week's game if you get ejected.
That would be at home at Station Camp in 2
weeks.
weeks.
He's getting after the judge over there. So the white hat moved him off.
So we got another penalty.
That'll be half the distance.
So that's going to be back to the 7-yard line, 8-yard line. And now it's going to be 1st and 33 if they move back to the 7.
Might throw a flag on the guy up here in the stands, too.
Yeah. Don't cause any more trouble.
You know, man.
We don't want 1st and 39 from the 1.
We only see what we see.
That's right.
We don't hear it all.
No.
I mean, you know, you don't know the discussion. You don't know what happened over on the other side. I mean, it's a hard view over there.
And you know better than anybody else, there are certain lines, no matter what is being, that you can't do. You can't do X, Y, or Z, no matter what the circumstances are. You know.
McWhirter's trying to calm him down a little bit over here now.
So we've
you got one more of those.
It's an entertaining crowd.
That's like facing the Giants. Got any more?
Yeah.
Or radio. You got any more of those flags?
That's right. That's right. So, well, here at a time to mention that our timeouts are brought to you by, whether they're called or not, by Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. Go see their excellent service team or give them a call at 615-446-8114. So they've backed this one up to the 7-yard line, as I mentioned earlier. Now you got 1st and 32. That'd be the first. Yikes! Now you got to be really, really careful, because a fumble here. Now we're talking running clock time. So 1st and 32 from the 7. Handoff to Knight. Knight hits the line of scrimmage, tries to get some of that 32 back, and gets about 1 or 2. Now let's bring up 2nd down.
2nd down, and man.
They move it to about the 8. So
don't even give a distance on that. Just 2nd down and man.
2nd down and man. 2nd down, and I need a rest stop. 2nd down, and should we split the driving? I can't. I'm not as good as you. I can't come up with one. But Lord knows I'm trying.
Well, after Dixon County went for it on 4th and 2.
Somebody's got his interest in the other game. Tracking down, Barton is going to throw it out of the end zone in the grasp and almost taken down before he got rid of it, but he was out of the pocket.
That's going to be a safety, man.
I think it's going to be a safety, too, because he was heading down as he released it. And let's see what the officials are going to call. Well, nothing went right there on that play.
They're saying he had a receiver.
Nope, no receiver in the area. So any update on the Dixon County game or where they're at right there?
15 all.
15 all now.
Yeah. Rossview took it right down the field, scored 2-point conversion, 15 all. About 3 minutes to go in that game.
So then they got a receiver, so now it's 3rd and 32 at the 7.
Man. And they're throwing because you got to try to get out of this, man. You got to.
Barton on 3rd down. Clean snap, back to throw. Looking, rushes on. He's going to get hit as he throws, and it is intercepted. Was that intercepted? If it was, that is the big man does get the interception.
54.
That is Reed Mitchell. The big man gets the intercept. Keep that game ball.
No.
Take it with you.
If it wasn't done before that, it's done now.
Yeah.
Got a guy down.
And Creekwood's down. This is where Marshall County is just going to wrap this one up. Probably celebrating the big guy's getting how many interceptions he has in his career. I'm going to assume none until that point.
Yeah. Now he might have got an athletic play to catch it, too.
Yeah, he
went
sure
down
did.
low.
They got the rush on Barton to force the throw, the weak throw, and he was able to dive up a little bit and dive down and go down and get it.
We're a couple of bad snaps away from this still being a good ball game,
Yeah.
Tony. And that's what people are not going to see. They're going to look at that final score and think, Creekwood was just blown out of here, and they weren't.
Well, that just was a sloppy. They had the ball at the 30, and then just penalties and penalties, and just it got out of rhythm. And
well, that's your coach is frustrated. Your players are frustrated
right.
too.
You're gonna feed off of that. So there was just nothing there. We're gonna take a timeout. There's an injury on the field. We'll come back again, 28-6, and Marshall County will have the ball deep inside Creekwood territory when we come back in the RFC Sports Network.
Dealing with a clogged drain or HVAC headaches? Don't stress. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical has you covered. This month, get our $99 drain cleaning special and keep things running smoothly. And when you call Hiller, you can trust that we'll fix your problem on our first visit out. Take advantage of our $99 drain cleaning special and other back-to-school savings at happyhiller.com. Leave the homework to us. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
I'm a happy face truck today.
Now back to the booth for Creekwood football, brought to you by Zochem on the RFC Sports Network.
All right, the injured Creekwood player is walking off the field. That's Colin Ashworth. And now the defense comes out on the field. And after all of that, the penalties, the incompletions, the chasing of the near safety, and now the interception, Marshall County is going to take this one over at the 5-yard line. At least that's where it looks like to me. Until the officials make it official. So 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah.
With 9 minutes left to go. A little bit of the air of the sails are done for this Red Hawks team. But we talked about it in the first half. The botched snap, and now the run up the middle, and a Marshall County touchdown.
Yeah.
5-yard touchdown run by Jaden Keys. And Keys, who averaged 11 yards per carry coming into this game, just yet another weapon. And we have not talked about him at all tonight. That just goes to show you how deep of talent this Marshall County team has. A 5-yard touchdown run by Keys. And we talked about it earlier. The botched snap exchange that led to the touchdown. We said we might be pointing to that game, and that's where the sort of momentum of this game switched. And the extra point is not as strong as it was, but still a good.
Still good. Man.
And now it is 35-6.
Is it fair to say this is similar to the Pearl Cone game, Tony?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, well, you felt like at halftime there was something there that you make a few plays, but then just a play here or there, and the next thing you know, it's a 41-7 game, and nobody knows the real details of that outcome.
Yeah.
So again, the kickoff brought to you by Dixon Electric, as Creekwood will have an offensive series here. But with 8:57 to go, and now up, well, I have 35-6 on the good extra point, but they still have it at 34-6 on the board. So the receiving team coming out. So once again, a bye week coming up for the Red Hawks, and they will head into the final 3 games of the season at Station Camp on the 18th, and then on the road to face Greenbrier and White House. So now the kick set to go by Marshall County. Elliott is back at the 5-yard line to receive it. They've had a lot of deep kicks tonight. And a good belt low kick, and it is going to go right through the end zone. Yep, and there'll be a touchback.
Well, that was dangerous.
It was out of bounds. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Creekwood offense, with 8:57 left to go in this game. And like I said, we'll go over the scoring at the post-game show, give you our MVP of the game tonight. And Creekwood will head into their off weekend. So a lot of build up to this game, but Marshall County, they're 6-0 for a reason. They've been putting up 34 points per game this year. Their defense has only allowed 20 points total over the last 4 games. And a high snap. Barton's going to have to track it down. Does so looking. Pursuit is on. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Boy, that was another dangerous snap and dangerous exchange that could have gone badly, but Barton kept his composure, was able to get out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds, and it will remain 2nd down and 10 from the 20. That's probably one thing they will work on in the weeks to come is these snaps. Second and 10 at the 20-yard line, 8 of 48. Not much time taken on that one. 35-6. Tyler Thompson tonight, 3 touchdown passes, a couple of touchdown runs by the Tigers. Again, high snap. Barton has got to get it. He's got nowhere to go, and he is going to get sacked. In pursuit on that play was DJ Gardner, and he gets Barton down around the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
So now this is just a matter of trying to get out of here a little healthy.
I'd run the football.
They're going to make it to they're going to give it up to about the 12. And Ben Singleton coming in. And now it is 3rd down and 17.
He came out and got the play, took it back to Barton. I got to believe we're running the ball here.
3rd and 17, ball at the 13-yard line. That is a loss of 7 on the sack. And a whistle, stoppage of play. Couldn't quite see the far field judge to get a reading on that.
12 men on the
12
defense.
men on the defense.
There goes number 12 off. No wonder they've been stopping us. They just now caught him.
Clock rolling, 7:51 left to go. Barton hands the ball off.
Yeah,
this time Agosto just to the line, nowhere to go.
Let the
Agosto
clock
goes
run.
down. Let the clock keep running. Now brings up 4th down. And they're going to kick it away. Let's see if Marshall County returns that favor and just runs a couple of runs to eat up even more clock, and everybody gets out of here healthy heading into the bye week.
I think everybody's pretty healthy after this game so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Need a good snap, though. Xavier's
4th
their
and
long
10.
snapper.
They got it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20.
Xavier Knight long snaps.
Barton kicks it away. Ball bounces at the 50 and rolls to the 40 near the 35-yard line, and that is where Marshall County is going to take over. So 1st and 10 with 6:49 to go. So a lot of excitement in that first possession. Big 1st down run on 4th down. Got the ball down to the 37-yard line, but then the turnover, and then another one.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's the kind of things you cannot make mistakes against these teams, whether it's a Pearl Cone, whether it's a Marshall County. These are the games where you have to play impeccable football. And even when you play impeccable football, you could still find yourself losing.
Yeah. What you want to do here is play solid defense. You don't want to give up a cheap run touchdown because Marshall County's got good running backs.
Yeah, they
and
sure
block
do.
well, so I mean, even if they hand the ball off into the line, it don't mean that guy's going to just go in and fall down.
Well, it was very, again, a lot of these games and blowouts, you're going to get a lot of players some opportunities. But what was impressive to me was just the overall, how many different players had already 150 yards rushing, already had 200 yards receiving or whatnot. I mean, they've got so many players that can score. It's not just a freshman in some garbage time getting a couple of big plays. They've got guys who've really contributed all across the board.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough task, nevertheless. But again, with this game at 21-6 at halftime, knowing what you needed to do, they got what they needed on that first drive. It took 6 minutes, Marshall County with the football, but they got the ball. They got the ball, and Creekwood just could not capitalize on that first drive of the second half.
No.
Handoff straight up the middle, gets a couple of yards. And
It'll be third down.
That's going to be Marks Mitchell, the runner.
4.
So third down, you're right, third down at about 4. And the clock running to 5:46 left to go. Mylan Bell is in there for the Tigers. And Marshall County taking its very, very sweet time. Dylan Wiles is now in the game. And I think he is in at quarterback, and he is. This is the sophomore who is now into the game for the Tigers, and a timeout is called. So Marshall County calling a timeout. And our timeout brought to you by Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. Go see their excellent service team or give them a call, 615-446-8114. So 5:17 to go, and then we will have the post-game show, a little quick wrap-up, give you our player of the game. Any update from the Dixon County game?
We're in overtime. It is 4th and goal from the 7, and Rossview is lining up for a field goal.
All right.
And he gets it. So they're up 18-15, and now Dixon County will have their turn with the ball.
So I'll keep you up to date on that one. Our Freedom Motors scoreboard update. Freedom Motors in Dixon offers a great selection of reliable used vehicles from many of the leading auto brands. Sales team can answer your questions, as well as to provide a vehicle history report to help you buy with confidence. So Dylan Wiles is the quarterback, and a big handoff, and right to the line, and immediately tackled. Still like to call out good defensive plays, and that was a good one right there.
And that's what they got to do. You don't want it. You want it to stop where it's at,
Ethan Heath made the tackle. A little help from Nathan Lott. And now it's 4th down.
I think they're going to hand it off again.
Yeah, I do too. Get as much of that clock done as much as possible. Give young Dylan Wiles.
On the PAT, or on that field goal, there was a penalty. And they're discussing right now whether to take the penalty. I don't think.
From the Dixon County game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to go ahead and take the points on the board.
Wiles is going to take it himself. He's going to run. He looks like he's trying to get a first down, but does not. Comes up short as he went to slide.
Slid to stay in bounds.
Stayed in bounds. It's very, very smart. Coming in to make the hit, Sam Hines makes a stop. And Creekwood's offense will come out on the field with 4:18 left to go to try to put get a little number up there, a little double-digit number up there. Just want to mention that Marshall County has held their last 4 opponents to single-digit scoring.
Yeah.
And if this stays the way it is, that's going to be 5 straight. But like we talked about in the pregame show, and again, we talked about this a lot too, leading into Pearl Cone.
Ooh.
These are not the kind of games that cost you as much.
So the penalty on the field goal is being marked on Dixon on their attempt. So their 1st and goal will be from the 25.
High snap, handoff, nothing going right there as Ethan Black is into the game to get some running. And they'll just keep letting this run. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll get under 4 minutes to go. Many, many years ago, I was doing Fox Sports updates from the Air Force Navy football, Air Force Army football game. It was the fastest 60 minutes of football I have ever been a part of. Both teams ran the triple option, and the clock never stopped. Big throw downfield. Jalen Elliott has to come in on it, and he's going to get a flag and going to get some interference. And that looks like it's going to be called on Cavan Ruiz of Marshall County. So they're going to march this one down the field. It's going to be an automatic 1st down for Creekwood. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. Stuffy's Frosty Jug, our keys to the game. You can hear about them every single pregame show that we have all season long. Greystone Golf Club. They sponsor the field goals. We don't get field goals very often from young Sanchez, Brian Sanchez. But we like to give him a shout-out anyway.
Yeah.
Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer on the timeouts. Freedom Motors, you hear me mention them every time Coach gives us a Dixon County update. Back to throw goes Barton. Here on first down. Fires Jalen Elliott at the 10, staying on his feet. Jalen Elliott cuts in the corner, staying down, and gets close, and then touchdown. And Jalen, it's a 31-yard touchdown by the Red Hawks. And Austin Barton has got Creekwood into double figures. They got to go all the way back to the game in Shelbyville Central to find another opponent that has scored more than 10 points against Dixon County. Second game
against
of the
Marshall
season.
County.
I'm sorry, Marshall County, I should say. I'm watching your game. So I'm getting a little Dixon County fever. Here,
They're out for their field goal.
Well,
It's
Sanchez,
a 41-yard field goal, Tony.
and try to make it
To tie it up.
35-13, and Sanchez's kick is good.
You called him out, and now he's out there making his
That's
PAT.
right.
How about that?
Well done. So Creekwood with a touchdown, 31 yards from Austin Barton to Jalen Elliott with 3:23 to go. And you got to feel good that you continue to fight a little bit here. And again, you get another touchdown on the board to the delight of this homecoming crowd. What's the latest on the Dixon County game? Just catching
They're
it over
icing
your
the
shoulder.
kicker here.
Icing the kicker.
Cardona's got a 41-yard attempt to tie the game and go to double overtime. They had a personal foul on the field goal by Rossview, and it backed them up 15 yards. So
A little better game for Robert Freeman and Coach Parker.
he kicks it, and guess what? No good.
No good.
So that final will be Rossview 18, Dixon County 15.
So that is the Freedom Motors scoreboard, final score there. Here, 35-13 as Creekwood gets the touchdown with 3.5 minutes to go.
Will the onside kick here?
Caden Thompson is going to, yes, on the ground and picked up and downed immediately right at the 43-yard line. And Marshall County will come out. And just before they did it, a flag as some tussles between the two teams. So again, we'll have our MVP of tonight's game when we get to the post-game show, a little scoring recap. Next week, Creekwood off, back on the 18th, right here in Charlotte against Station Camp. Station Camp, that's the Bison, correct?
Yes, it is.
That's right. I remember last year, I was calling them the Bisons until I was told it was only one. Just the Bison.
The Bison.
So you don't get a lot of singular named mascots. So I'm going to march this one back. This is a penalty on Marshall County. And they are going to take it all the way back to the 28-yard line. Now, Dylan Wiles remaining at quarterback for the Tigers. No, Tyler Thompson coming back in. So maybe just out for a little bit.
He got up a little gimpy after he slid over on the sideline.
Then when he got hit by Dalton Groves on that fourth down run. The Thompson is just going to hand this one off to Hightower, and Nathan Lott there to grab him and bring him down. Got a little bit of some help, but Lott does the deal. He'll bring up second down. But this is all going to be gobbled up as much as possible by the Tigers.
Yeah. Marshall County, man, there's a head-on collision coming with Pearl Cone.
Yep.
That's going to be a good ball game.
Sure is. Sure is.
Is that the Firebirds?
Firebirds.
Firebirds and the Tigers, man. A car and a beast.
2:41 left to go. Second and 13, loss of 3 on the play. Again, the handoff. And DJ Gardner takes it just past the line of scrimmage. Couple of yards. But again, the object here is to get yards and take as much time off this clock. And they've got it down to 2:16, but this is 3rd down and 7, so a pickup of 6 on that run by Gardner. So as I mentioned earlier, you've got guys like Jaden Keys, who average 11 yards per carry, and DJ Gardner's got 3 touchdowns on the year. Gentry has 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. Aja Jones now with 11 touchdowns. It's a good Marshall County offense.
Yeah, it is.
Again, handoff, but Lott is right there to gobble them up. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And
Still playing with a lot of effort, Tony.
yeah, they sure
it's good
are.
to see,
And
man.
it's good to see Nathan Lott especially, who's really gives it everything he's got out there. And he's had such a great season defensively for this football team.
Yeah, you still got Xavier Knight out there. Ben's in for Barton. Ben Singleton's in for Barton over here on this spot. But
So they've got 4th and 10 at the 28-yard line, and clock is stopped as another timeout here. And like I said, another timeout means another mention of Dixon County Equipment, your New Holland dealer. Whether for lawn and garden or construction, Dixon County Equipment has you covered. Go see their excellent service team. Give them a call at 615-446-8114.
man, getting a little scary
I
up
was
here.
going to say something dropped out sounded like from the roof there.
I was starting to look to see if we were having an earthquake or something.
So 99 seconds on the clock. Coming back out. So next week, bye week, and then 3 games to close out the regular season, and hopefully a trip for the postseason for this Red Hawk football team.
Yeah.
Despite the setback tonight. But if you're done with the first 7 games of the year, and only 2 losses are to Pearl Cone and Marshall County, you still have a very good season on your hands.
Yes, you do.
You know, you're
That's what
you're
you have
5
to get.
and 2.
That's what you have to get them to realize.
Right.
And honestly, looking at the schedule and looking at what Marshall County's done and everybody else, Creekwood should be able to finish out 8 and 2.
Station camp here, Greenbrier and White House on the road to close out the month of October. And high kick. Boy, I tell you right now, that punter's got a leg. Bounces at the 42, rolls to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Just keep on rolling, stop at the 19. And Creekwood offense will come out. 1:26 left to go for their final offensive possession of this game.
Barton's coming back out. I wondered if he would.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing when you mentioned Ben Singleton. I thought I'll give
Ben's out
Ben
there,
a chance, but maybe to throw it around a little bit. But
they got to play 2 deep safety, surely. I mean, that's you still the kids you have in the game. You want crisp execution from them. Ben's played a lot of tight end and H-back.
Sure
over
has.
the past few weeks.
yeah, he does. I see him a lot in there in that H-back tight end position. Barton on 1st and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. The big handoff, straight up the middle, and on the carry is Ethan Black. And again, I think that's what they're going to do is just keep running the ball, get out of here, and head into the bye week at 5 and 2. But Marshall County is going to go to 7 and 0, 4 and 0 in the region. Creekwood is going to drop to 2 and 2 in regional play. And Barton set to throw on second down. Throws it, and it is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver, Jalen Elliott. And with 42 seconds remaining, it'll be third down.
I thought that was going to be a completion right there. I thought he
I
had
did
another
too.
touchdown
I thought he was going to be
call.
another touchdown. It looked like Jalen Elliott had his man beat.
Must not have picked up the ball or something. Because, he wasn't far from it either.
So 42 seconds on the clock. Elliott and DeMontis Henderson are the receivers to the near side. Black is the running back alongside Barton. And Barton set to throw again. Here comes pressure. Looking, rolling,
That's
drag,
a horse
throws.
collar.
Yep, and it's going to be picked off. But that's going to be a flag. It's intercepted, but you're right. That's a horse collar tackle.
Yeah.
They grabbed him right from the back and ripped him
Very
down.
definition of a horse collar.
Completely.
That's 15 yards.
Yep.
First down.
Don't start celebrating too much. That is.
Yeah, that official didn't even hesitate, man. The flag flew.
Well, in these kind of situations, that's the kind of stuff that does make me nervous,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like if you hand the ball off, you get to the line, you go down, you get out of here. Your quarterback gets horse collar tackled. I mean, he could sprain a joint, something,
Yeah.
whatever could happen.
At the same time, man, I can't believe they're blitzing.
True.
Like, they're coming
Good
hard.
point.
and,
Good point.
I mean, you're up 35-13, so I like to see people erring on the side of safety late in these games like this. The game is not in question.
Yep. So 1st and 10 after the penalty, moving it up to the 37-yard line. And now the handoff to Black, and Black gets again right to the line of scrimmage and brought down. And that should do it.
Yeah.
That's going to be under the 40-second mark, and I think that is it. So the teams are giving a little bit of
And they're respecting
lining up,
each other.
respecting each other.
Well played game. Hard game. And Marshall County made less mistakes.
35-13 is our final score. We'll come back with the post-game show and wrap it up after this on the RFC Sports Network.
United Farm and Home Co-op is your one-stop shop for all your farming, pet, and hunting needs. We stock brands such as Carhartt, Costa, Case Knives, Milwaukee Tools, Mastercraft Tires, Redneck Black, Hertz McGuire, Protrition, and Purina Feeds. Our feed specialists would be happy to recommend what's best for your herd. United Farm and Home Co-op also offers oil changes, brakes, and tires in our 7-bay car care center. Visit us on Facebook or come see us at 705 Hensley Drive. And remember, anyone can shop Co-op.
Looking for a place to unwind and enjoy a great meal with friends and family? Colton's has just the menu for you. Savor hand-cut steaks, juicy burgers, and fall-off-the-bone ribs in a cozy, Western-themed setting. Whether you're dining with family, celebrating a big win with the team, or grabbing lunch with friends, their friendly staff is ready to make your visit special. Don't forget to try their famous rolls and signature desserts. Come on down to Colton Steakhouse on Highway 46, just past the interstate.
Steve Jones Automotive was just voted the #1 car dealer in Dixon County. They have all the hottest trucks, cars, and SUVs you've been looking for. Test drive the new line of 2025s, including Ram Bighorns and Jeep Compass Latitude. Now's the time to get yourself to Steve Jones Automotive to take advantage of these outrageous
How'd
deals.
you like to call me in the
Steve
morning to be on the
Jones
radio with me?
Dealership you can depend on for the best price.
No, that's all
and
right.
service.
We've both been
On
here.
Highway
Just call
46
about
across
6:45.
Memphis, Trace
It'll be
Horizon
7 to
Hospital.
7:30.
What's the number up there?
I'll
Just
I'll
like
text
you,
it to you. I'll
the
send it on
folks
that
at
message.
Bank of Dixon are proud to be
Thanks,
dedicated
Luke.
to our community. Whether you're cheering for the Dixon County Cougars or the Creekwood Redhawks, they're your banking solution for personal and business banking, home and new construction loans, and offer convenient online banking. With multiple locations, they make it easy to bank where you live,
What's happening?
work,
Fight?
and play. Bank local,
It didn't get
bank
to one,
proud.
but it.
Bank
Ben
of Dixon,
Singleton
where
going
your
after
success
somebody?
is our success.
Another game is in the books. We recap the highlights of tonight's matchup and name the Steve Jones Automotive MVP next on the RFC Sports postgame show.
All right, welcome back to Charlotte, where Creekwood falls 35-13 as they drop to 5-2 on the season, 2-2 in region play. Marshall County going to 7-0 and 4-0 in region play. We'll give you a quick rundown of the scoring and then give you our Steve Jones MVP. In the first quarter, Marshall County got a 3-yard run by quarterback Tyler Thompson, extra point was good. It was 7-0. Creekwood responded in the second quarter. A 2-yard touchdown run by Xavier Knight. Point after was no good, and it was 7-6. Marshall County then responded a 3-play, 80-yard drive, 35-yard touchdown pass. Tyler Thompson found Asia Jones. Point after was good. It was 14-6. Then after a miscue on a punt snap, Marshall County recovered at the 5-yard line. Took a few plays, but they finally get it in. Thompson to Jones again. Point after good. It was 21-6 at halftime. Marshall, then we went to a scoreless third. Both teams had one possession in the third quarter. Marshall County, 51-yard touchdown pass. Tyler Thompson found his running back, Jamal Gentry. Point after was good. It was 28-6. At this point, the game was kind of out of hand. Marshall County got another opportunity to put it in the end zone. 5-yard touchdown run by Jaden Keys. Point after was good. But Creekwood, wanting to get into double figures in points in this game, got a 31-yard touchdown pass. Austin Barton to Jalen Elliott. The point after was good, and it was 35-13. So a tough night for the Red Hawks tonight. There was too many mistakes, too many bad snaps, but nevertheless, they will go into their bye week with a respectable 5-2 record. So our Steve Jones MVP tonight, I go back and forth with this one.
Well, I do too.
But I think I'm going to give it.
I'm kind of caught off guard though. We got some get jawing going on between coaches out here.
I don't want to get into this. I do not know what's going on.
I don't
I'm
either.
sorry. I don't want to say.
Be finished.
I just do not want to. I don't want to say who's
Tony?
doing what. So I don't know.
I don't
what's going
either.
on. I don't know. I don't know the story here. So I was going to go Xavier Knight because he had the first touchdown. He ran some really good runs today.
He did. The two between him and number 8 defensively, he made some really big plays in the first half, and so. But Xavier Knight, I'm good with that too. Really.
Yeah, I mean, you could give it to Jalen Elliott with the touchdown, but there wasn't a lot of big plays for this.
Wasn't a lot of big plays. No, more of their big plays came on defense.
That's
in the first
right,
half
defense.
For me.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, the touchdown, and Xavier plays hard on defense too, so I'm good with that.
All right, Xavier Knight is our MVP. All right, that'll do it for us. We have next weekend off. The Creekwood is on a bye week, back on the 18th, right here in Charlotte against Station Camp to close out the final 3 games of the regular season. All right, for Coach Pruitt, I'm Tony Desiri. Thanks to everyone back at the studio, Rich, and our thanks to our crew here doing a fine job on YouTube. We'll see you in 2 weeks here in Charlotte. This is the RFC Sports Network.
Quality and consistency.
So what exactly was happening?
All I know is I saw a coach take off running, and the state trooper got in the middle, and there's still coaches jawing at each other. Like those two, the black coach over there, with the long hair, and one of our coaches, and they're still.
Like someone was down here near the 40-yard line.
We don't know. Look, he's going over. That's a class move right there by that young man.
Good God. Like you guys were doing your little sound off, and then you had a guy in the stands.
Look, man, it just I looked up and it caught me off guard. I'm like, wait a minute, what did Tony say to me? I'm like, I was totally out, man.
Oh no.
Oh man, that ain't no way to end the night, man. Like some hard football play, man. And I'm telling you, it was bad snap skill.
It kept going so hot. But you know, it never feels good losing a homecoming.
Andy Scott collected a bunch of stuff. I loaded my car up tonight for the ball game.
So I'm just trying to be a nosy nugget here. I would love to know the story.
I'm still trying to piece it together myself, but because I wasn't like fully paying attention